Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to episode 12 of Ahwa, ladies and gentlemen. We are out here. And today's video is about to be one of the greatest episodes of all time of one of your favorite shows on this entire application. We're here to talk Manchester United losing. We're here to talk Chelsea losing. And if we have enough time after fighting each other the whole time, we might touch on Liverpool Football Club winning. You know, what can a man even say after this whole situation that's happened over some time? It's been mad. It's been mad. West Ham actually beat Chelsea. Tottenham Hotspur, that someone on this panel said this about.
Has it suddenly become unfashionable? Staffy, what are you saying, bruv?
3-1 United is going to be one of the easiest games we play all season.
I hope so.
Okay. Damn, one of the easiest games of all season turned out to be a loss. It's crazy. Anyway, everyone watching us right now or on the replay, because I know a whole lot of you guys on the replay like to watch this. Big up George, who's saying enjoying the coffee with my son and watching Ahwa with you. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, George. Everyone watching us right now on the replay, because a whole lot of you guys like to watch the replay. You guys know how Ahwa is. It gets heated, it gets argumentative. There's 400 people in here already. We ain't even started yet. I don't want to keep interrupting the show to go like the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel. So all 400 of you right now, slap the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. My guy Curtis is watching from England. Let us all know as well where you're watching from. So please like, subscribe, and let me know where you're watching from as well. Exactly, Ned. Tell him, my brother, slap the like button right now. We're actually closing in on 20.2k subscribers, because the road to 25k, I can't believe I just said the road to 25k continues. And finally, last but not least, YouTube is telling me that you guys are sharing the videos at record rate as well. So hit that share button, share it on Twitter, share it on WhatsApp, share it on Instagram, share it wherever the hell you want to share it. Big up to you guys, man. Keep letting me know where you're watching this from in the comments. Slap up the like button and subscribe. And let's introduce today's panelists. First, joining us is the guy with that prediction that you just watched in the intro. My assistant. He's been like employed by force, even though he gets no pay. I'm so disappointed that he doesn't have his shisha ready, but it is what it is. Joining us on the channel, of course, is the man that has gotten embarrassed plenty of times and even blamed for the Man United loss.
I don't like to tempt fate. You know, Man United lost, in my opinion, because Staffy told Spurs fans it was going to be an easy 3-0 win. The football gods go, right, boom, you're losing now.
Crazy. How you doing, Staffy, man?
I felt like 50 Cent with that. I was like, what he say F me for? I'm just tuning in to watch, the match reaction for Chelsea, and I'm getting blamed. We ignored the tactics, we ignored the player, we ignored the manager, and all of a sudden, I'm the reason we're not winning. Soon it's going to be Staffy out instead of Ten Hag out. But anyways, I'm here for a second day in a row. So look at this guy in the comments saying, don't hide Staffy. This is what I don't understand. It's my second stream on this channel after the result. But people think I'm hiding. Wallahi, it just doesn't make sense. Anyways, I am here, bro. We're about to talk more about Ozzy and his favorite player, Mount. We're about to talk more about Chelsea. I did my due diligence yesterday, so my hands are clear. But we're going to attack the other guys,
Fair enough.
Special legs.
And speaking of,
because I was in the comments before before the show started, I was watching and there was like 125 people just waiting for us. And if every just 125 people, if you all just hit the like button once, that's 125 likes. I don't understand how hard it is, guys. But smash that like button, man. And spam stuff out in the comments. I would like that. Yeah. Stuffy out.
Let him know, dog.
Let him know, dog.
Speaking of Chelsea, this guy was hiding last week. He decided it's a smart idea to message Mu'min to bring him on the show instead of me. So I banned him from the channel. But he has served his 1 week ban. So now he's back to talk about West Ham 3, Chelsea 1, of course. All I want is Caicedo. All I need is Caicedo. Man like Ziad has joined us. How are you doing, Ziad, حبيبي?
I'm good, man. Yeah, chilling.
بس هيك I'm good man.
I'm good. Big up.
طب يعني على الأقل احكي لهم يسووا لايك احكي لهم
لا
يعملوا يعني
I wanted to
دخل
come in
هيك
last,
يعني كأنك
I wanted to come in last week, but you hate for me. So it's okay. I'm here now. I didn't forget what happened last week or the week before, or what happened in the last episode I was on. I didn't forget. So we'll be talking about that as well. Don't worry about it.
No,
Big up
okay,
people, man.
okay. We will see.
Like
We'll
and
see about
subscribe,
that,
people,
pal. By the way, I have to big up Ziad. Ziad is one of the real ones. Because while I was getting cussed out on another channel, he was like, let's not disrespect Hussam. He earned all his followers. Big up to Ziad. He's definitely a real one. Like, the people who defend you behind your back are always the real ones in life. And speaking of real ones in life,
Like me?
Frank Rijkaard is here today to answer for his crimes against football. Shout out to Thiago's father on Twitter who has a crimes against football space. Mason Mount, 20 GA or 15 GA or whatever it was. And this guy right here today has no excuses to defend that performance. He's there with his cup of tea, drinking his sorrows away after what happened. Man, like Ozzy. How you doing, Ozzy, man?
Big up, man. Big up, Hossam. Big up, Ziad, staff, all the people in the comments section. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll continue to defend my guy. Anyway, it's been 2 games. If I remember correctly, United also started the season poorly. Didn't we finish ahead of you, Hossam? So let's not get too rash with the.
Why am I the measuring stick? I finished 5th.
But either way, let's just say this, yeah. It doesn't matter what you say today about Chelsea losing, about United losing. This is still the same week that you lost both of your primary targets. So you still took the biggest L.
Facts.
No,
We still
because
own
my secondary target got 3 points. Where's your 3 points?
You still took 2
You're
L's
still crying.
in
That's
3
what I
days.
thought.
You're
Anyway,
still
That's
big
what
up
I thought.
everyone. I listen, genuinely, I want to know this because every time we finish at Ahwa and the show does so well, I realize we have so many people from different areas around the world. So put in the comment section where you're watching. I'm just curious to see where you guys are watching the show from. But yeah, big up, Hassan.
I was like, well,
Yeah,
there's
let
so
us
many
know,
channels
let
I
us
go
know
on,
where
and
you're
so many channels I go on, and I seen the comments. People always asking, Staffy, when's the next Lahore? Staffy, when's the next Lahore?
I get people now from that I've worked with previously going, oh, are you not on our show? Like it's crazy how
we're
this
growing
show's
massive,
getting
bro.
along. So big up
Ahwa
everyone.
is massive everywhere we go. Ahwa is
Ahwa
massive
is massive everywhere we
everywhere
go.
we go.
Big up, man.
Everywhere we
Big up.
go.
Big up to Murad, big supporter of Ahwa. He says Glazers and FSGN. I can't lie, you got the wrong Man United owner because Mo Salah's refusing to sell them. Thanks so much, Murad. Big up to Joe who says Caicedo thinks he is great. He needs to
he starts for your
summon
team,
humility.
Joe. He
All
starts
we
for your
need
team.
is Caicedo.
He
All
starts
we
for
want
everyone
is
in this game.
Caicedo.
Humility, yeah. You need humility, bro, because he starts for your team.
Ziad. Don't come on with the Russell Westbrook energy. Just run a dunk
Habibi,
from
don't
the
worry,
start.
we haven't started. We're only
خدي
10 minutes
أعصابك
in.
حبيبي. Sometimes go to the corner, take a 3, relax. Not all the time you want to dunk. Chill, يا أخي. Big up to Diabolic and says thoughts on the Ecuadorian Fred. All we need is Caicedo. All we want is Caicedo.
I think Fred scored on his debut for United, actually. So
Damn, Fred had a better debut. That's crazy. And finally, big up to Victor says, big up Sam and Staffy on the panel. Man United make me nervous. Flight mode. Chelsea and Man United are on fraud watch. That's Victor, who's a Man United fan. Big up to Victor as well, a consistent supporter of the channel alongside Joe.
He knows what my name is. Am I now the panel from now on? Bro, say my name, Victor.
To be fair, he sent that.
You can't respect Ozzy like that. You know Ozzy.
To be fair, he sent it before.
I'm an OG in this game, man.
He did send it before you went on the panel. Like
that's also true. He did send it before I added you.
He did send it.
Cool. That's all right. That's fine. Big up to Victor, man. Big up to Victor.
Big up Vic, man. Big up Vic. Murad is saying, I got my Moroccan brother hold that. Dima al-Maghrib, man. Dima al-Maghrib.
Guy literally got sent off. He literally got sent off.
And literally scored a goal. Anyway.
He's missing the next couple games, bro.
Speaking of sending offs and corruption in general, I'm going to be honest with you, man. You cannot have a bunch of Arabs together without corruption. So where do we get our dose of corruption? Where else? Other than the fraudulent, corrupt judge himself. And he's here today, and I know he's about to cook Man United and cook Chelsea because he's had enough of their fan base chatting the most BS. Last week, when they laughed at me regarding the Wolves thing, the next day, I was one decision away from it being 1-1. So it's crazy how, these fan bases always think they're a lot better than they actually are. Of course, the corrupt judge himself, man like Judge Mo. How you doing, Mo, man?
Ziad, why are you still wearing the shades, bro? Just take it.
يا أخي شو why not?
يا أخي نادية شغل نادية الجندي ده. Just come on, just keep taking shades, bro. Just take the freaking shades,
Listen,
bro.
Mo, I've
Take it in mind, bro. Come on.
I've got something planned, so it will stay on until I finish.
Oh my god, Mo, you are
After I finish, listen, yeah, Mo. After I finish what I've got. Habibi, let me tell you something.
Arab here. If anybody's Arab here, you know what I'm talking. أنت متخفي, man.
No,
Nobody's running after you, bro. Just
but listen, after I finish what I've got planned, I'll take them off. Don't worry.
You know what
Okay.
I like is that Staffy in the chat is asking, is Ziad invited? And I'm like,
I talked
yeah,
about
you
that.
really imagine if Ziad wasn't here.
Bro,
I'm
I was on a
Staffy,
panel
do you know what?
yesterday.
Do you know what? We're gonna laugh at Chelsea and everything, right? But Man United looks the worst team out of all the top 7.
I agree, but you do know I was on a panel here yesterday.
You know the difference. Objectively, you guys look the worst.
And you're going over two games? Is that your sample?
Yeah, okay, so yes. Okay, so do you want? Okay, again, Ozzy, I concede. Okay, I am only going off the 2 games that I played. How can I go off 10 games? There is not 10 games.
We're making a summary on who your favorite or the best.
No. So what about how about that?
So you guys want to start on Man United, not Chelsea?
Hold on. No, doesn't matter. Can I rephrase it so Ozzy will feel better? Based on the first 2 games of the 23-24 season of the Premier League, Man United look the worst team out of the top 7. Does that grammatically correct? Based on
context.
Ozzy, the engineer.
Context. I appreciate you for adding context because we don't want to be CNN. We want to add context.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant, Ozzy. You know what I meant. Can I add another thing? Mason Mount should be a bench player for Manchester United, and he is one of the reasons you look the worst out of the 7 teams in the first 2 games.
Facts.
Okay, so
is that a fact or not a fact?
Shall we start on Man United? Can we make a group?
Let me just start on whoever.
He just started. So let me answer you in the Mason Mount because apparently I'm part of the Mason Mount defense.
By the way, Victor took it personally, just so you know.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Big up,
This is not banter. This is not banter. This is really me speaking objectively.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
No. Ozzy wants to respond. Don't take it.
Ozzy.
Ozzy, let him say. Ozzy, stop it. You speak a lot on the terrace. Let us speak, bro.
You want me to let you speak? Okay.
No, let Ozzy speak. Let Ozzy speak.
But I'm gonna go right after.
And look at this. Someone clip Hussam. I don't know.
Someone clip him right now.
Stream, guys.
LFC for the double.
People.
That's your job. LFC for the double. Clip him and use that as your profile picture right now.
I want it on Twitter.
In that Ahwa group chat, Staff is the legit sticker.
Hold on. Hussam thinks he's on the stream. By the way, he thinks we can hear it. Do you know that? He's adding super. Is that you, Staff? You're adding super chat.
No, that's not.
It's not Hussam. He thought he was on the stream. He thought he's with us.
Yeah, but listen, Mo, I know you're going back to back and you've got a lot of energy right now. I feel it. You're stimulated like crazy. I get it. But let me just respond.
I don't think I'm on the stream, Mo. Chill out, man.
No, because the super chats keep popping. So I thought you are on the stream.
لما أنا كبست عليها هاي قبل ما أطلع عرفت بس.
Okay, because he kept changing. I'm like, he's here.
Mason Mount blood, Eric, end of an era, Ten Hag. Okay, big up to you, Waves. طب just to confirm, you guys want to start on Man United خلاص.
Yes, after Ozzy responses,
first of all, big up to Victor every single time. Big up Vic. I appreciate the personal super chat. Appreciate you.
Ozzy, after you respond, I need to dunk on Mo. So when you're done, let me know.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna windmill on this guy.
You like to dunk on people.
Wallahi, I'm gonna windmill on you right now.
This is what we'll do. Yeah, I'll give you the Dwayne Wade. You dunk it on his head, LeBron James style. Yeah.
Bro, right? you know Blake Griffin on what's his name? Paul Gasol. That's what I'm about to do to Mo. Right?
All right, listen.
You know what I like, Sam? These two like bouncing off each other. He says something. He says
suddenly they're
Anna, I will bounce you out of the stream right now. Anna, I will bounce you out of the stream right now when I get there.
the fact
If
the
you
fact
do
that
that,
you come on here,
hats off, bro.
You know, all you have to do is
But
ask
if you
Staffy's
don't,
opinion on
Staffy,
Mount,
but if
and
you
then they will
don't, and if you don't, Staffy, you're taking your hat off. Is that okay?
listen. Ask Staffy his opinion on
Well,
Mount. They
okay.
turn on each other directly. They turn on each other like that. Just ask Staffy his opinion on Mount.
Let
Yes,
Ziad,
Mount
are
is
you,
very
Ziad,
right,
are
wallahi.
you frozen, Habibi? Are you
No,
frozen?
يلا يا مراد مراد let
Okay.
Ozzy go. يلا
Yeah,
Ozzy
let Ozzy
تفضل.
speak.
لا
I can
Mu'min, don't
finally.
interrupt him. Don't interrupt him, Mu'min. Go ahead, Ozzy.
Yeah, well, he's talented. Mu'min is the best person to interrupt people. He's the one. Let me speak. Let me speak. Doesn't let anyone speak. Let me tell you one thing, yeah, and this is the most important thing. The fact that you come on here and tell me, well, Mount is one of the reasons why United are so bad. I know for a fact, 180 minutes United have played. You haven't watched a minute. You haven't watched a minute. All right. If you come here and tell me that Mount is the main reason, you're like all those Chelsea fans, one of them wearing shades because he's got eyeliner, that come out here and say, well, Mount is the reason why we finished 11th, man. We finished 11th because Mason Mount is not even worth it. I don't care. I need him to go. Mason Mount has given this team absolutely everything in terms of effort. Now, has the quality been there? No, it hasn't. But since when was the Premier League, what, 2 games? Was it 10 games? Was it 15? We're playing 38 games a season, Mu'min. We're playing 38 games a season. And so he's got new teammates, new environment, new team, and everyone wants Mason Mount to turn into what? Prime Ronaldinho? Prime Messi? Do you want him to come and score a hat-trick for him to be a success? You, of all people that talk about progress of players and giving players time and not look at the statistics and not look at this, look at the match, watch the match. If you've watched the match, you'll know that Mount has put in effort. He's run his socks off. He is tracked back. He's done what he's supposed to do as a box-to-box.
So everything I can do.
Let me. Did I finish? Did I start? Did I start? I didn't start. He's done everything that Ten Hag has asked of him because that's the midfielder that we've bought. I only think the issue is that his teammates don't know how to get the best out of him. He's been in good positions throughout in the attacking area, the final third. He has been open. We just have legitimately the worst 2 wingers in the whole top 7. Sorry, Anthony and Garnacho. How you can arguably say have the worst 2 performances out of anyone in the league. Anthony especially. Anthony couldn't get into the Wrexham team with these performances. Let's just say it how it is. So don't come out here and say Mount is the reason. Is Mount one of the reasons how we could have played better? Yeah, of course. In the final third, he could be. But he's not one of the main reasons why United have been shit. That's what I've come here to say. And I won't take any Mason Mount chat and bullshit. You can do it as Chelsea fans, whatever. But I'm going to defend my guy to the end. Until we've watched 15 or 18 games of the season, until half of the season has gone by and he hasn't performed, then we can ask questions. Until then, he's played well. He hasn't played great. We'll see how it goes. But don't
15 or
disrespect my guy.
18. Ozzy, you want me to watch this midfield for 15 to 18 more games?
Bro,
Do you
I'm
not
telling
care
you-
about my mental
I'm
health?
telling you to watch Mount. You can change the midfield how you want. I think he complements the midfield well. I think he plays well. Now, is he the best midfielder in the world? No, he isn't. But I think he'll come good. That's my opinion.
Okay,
Now the chat is gonna be absolutely destroying me. I can see it in the corner of my eye.
bro,
I can see the corner.
Staffy, I'm sorry. He addressed me, so I need to respond to him.
Yalla, Habibi.
but I need to respond to what you said earlier, though. Before
About
I
what?
feel like
About
when
what?
you said
what?
he should be a bench player, and this is why I need to dunk on you. It was me, you, and Hussam. We sat here on an earlier episode in the summer of Al Ahwa, and I said I will take Mason Mount in this team as a bench player,
Yeah,
not
okay.
a guaranteed starter. And you said it's too much money to leave him on the bench.
Yeah.
And that was the main
So
thing
I
that I had
was
to go
right
back
or
to.
wrong? So who's right?
You
or
were
who's
wrong
here?
because you told me he has to start, and Hussam said the same thing.
And I said he
And I
has to
said-
start, and he started 2 games.
Yes,
So
and
can
it's
you?
not working.
I'm sorry,
So-
Staffy. Can you
so-
do? So I do one more. Like listen. I speak a lot and everything. Can you do 1 point and I respond, and then 1 point
My
and I
point
respond?
is that I told you
Now, point
if he
number
comes
1.
if he comes into this team, I said he can't be a guaranteed starter every game because he makes this midfield imbalanced.
Done.
Now
Okay.
you're
Point done.
agreeing with me.
Point done. Point done.
And I have
You
one more
finished?
point after that.
No. Hold on. So this point,
I said after that.
I was right, and your coach is shoehorning them in the team. Do you agree?
You're not right, Mo, because you told me he should start.
Okay,
I
hold
told
on,
you he
hold
should
on.
be a bench.
No. You don't
How are
understand.
you right?
No. You just said that I said me and Hussam. Ozzy, please be objective here. He's saying that me and Hussam told him that your coach will start him because he's a 55 million pound player.
Correct.
Okay. So at the end, Staffy, first 2 games, he started. And I said he's gonna be a starter. So who's right and who's wrong?
You said he will be a starter, but now you're saying
Yeah,
he
yeah.
should be a
So
bench.
okay, so
now
I
you
said a fact.
eventually.
I said a fact. I said a fact. I said your
agree.
coach will start him, and I am with you on never a foul. I said when Amrabat joins, Ten Hag later in 10 games will realize his mistake. This is my opinion, and will start Amrabat next to Casemiro. And I've been called crazy. Okay,
But now
my
I'm not,
point
so I'm not
until
wrong
this
for
moment.
saying this,
Exactly. Until this moment, in the first 2 games, in my opinion, which is a response to Ozzy, I feel your coach is forcing him to start the same as
100%.
Arteta forcing Havertz to start.
100%.
So I was right.
Who's been the
100%.
worst midfielder out of those 3? Who's been the
Huh?
worst midfielder? Who's been the worst midfielder out of those 3 in the first 2 games?
So hear me out, Ozzy. So respond to you, Ozzy. Hear me out. The problem with what you're saying is that because he's a 55 million, which exactly what Staffy said, I actually
It's
agree
60
with
million.
Staffy.
60 million.
You
Habibi,
actually
60 million.
no, it's 55.
60,
60,
60,
50 plus
Staffy,
50.
60,
you just forget that I told you that to completely agree with you here on the terrace on Never Foul that this midfield has no ball retention and cannot play next to each other because there will be too much space between Casemiro and the 2 others. Did that happen? Your coach in the second game, and me and you sat here and said, if you guys play the same midfield against Spurs, you'll get cooked.
I agree.
Right? And I told you your coach will be stubborn and play the same midfield. Did I say that or no?
To be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember you on the
Anyway,
starting 11.
so forget
but
what
we
I
did
said.
agree
I
that
don't
the
want to be.
midfield-
I don't want to be right. Okay, I don't want to be right, and I don't want you to be wrong.
No, I
All
don't want to be right. I want people now to give me the respect.
I want to say to Ozzy, get respect to you. You
I want
actually
the
the one. No, I will respect you because at the end you said that Mason Mount his best, which is response to Ozzy. Ozzy, if I give Mr. Ziad here 15 pounds and I tell him to go run on the pitch on Old Trafford for Man United, he will give his best. Is Ziad's best enough for Man United? It isn't. Is my best enough for Man United? I will get I'm sorry, with all due respect to any janitor and Man at Old Trafford, if I get a janitor and put a jersey on for Man United, they will spend every single sweat on the pitch. Is that good enough to play for Man United?
You're right.
Argument.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying you're wrong. Effort isn't enough.
Ozzy,
But
Ozzy,
for me,
Ozzy, your argument is all based on effort, Ozzy.
No. It's not just effort. It's not just effort. Have you watched the games? Have you seen what he's done?
No. Your argument now is that he did his best.
Mm-hmm. No,
this is that how you started the show?
No. I never just said that. I said what he's been doing in terms of.
Okay, can I do 1 point at a time then, so I can respond like Staffy?
Because you said something. I want to come back at you because you're.
Yeah. So 1 point. I'm talking about the effort now. I'm talking about the effort. Respond to the effort.
And I want to say one thing because you said something. No, 1 second. Because my point where you pissed me off was when you said he was the main reason why United.
Yes,
are the worst teams.
I can convince you with 1 point, and you respond to 1 point.
I can name you 5 players that have had worse 2 games than him.
So you see the problem
easily,
is with these 5 players. So can I respond to that? So you said that the problem is if you remove Mason Mount from this equation, and I'm gonna take Staffy's opinion, and you put Eriksen with 1 leg. Will you have better control and the team would look better or not? Staffy, yes or no?
Of course, bro. That's what I've been preaching. And
okay.
To listen.
Yeah.
So if I ask Ziad, okay. That's 1 point.
1 second. No. You're gonna preach with the guy that has debated with me all summer that he doesn't want to sign Mount. Of course
okay. So who should we ask?
Christian Eriksen with 2 legs cannot give you what Mount does with 2
yes,
legs.
it's not about the Ozzy. It's not about the effort, Habibi. It's about the combination. It's about the combination together. Some midfield. If I give you 3 runners, right, in the midfield, it might not work. Okay, the 3 of them might individually be better than other 3 midfielders. Mason Mount might be individually better than Christian Eriksen. Might give you more running, right? But Mason Mount is the problem in that midfield because that midfield last year still at home worked. Away from home, it didn't work against big teams. But you did not look as bad as what you look. Your midfield against Spurs was bypassed.
Mo, let me tell you something because I am agreeing with you.
Why was it bypassed? Why was it bypassed? Why are you coming out of
I'm going to tell you because you had no control. You had no player to get the ball and
because we have no, stand up because you've been speaking. We have a
Can you
midfield
remove Ziyad
trio.
off the
We
screen? I
have a
don't want him
midfield
anymore.
trio.
What is
Yeah,
this?
come on, man. Allow it, man. I'm out here defending you, telling you to come here and
Yeah, I personally requested you to be here.
Bro,
Stand-
he is
طب
the
وقت
face of your
only
club.
wait
He's
for
the
the
face of
Chelsea
your
game.
club.
انا
No,
انا
no,
هروقك.
no.
How could you come at me about Mason Mount being the face?
انا هروح
Number-
اجيب bubbles دلوقتي.
number
هروح أجيب
7.
bubbles.
Can we
Then
be
what
a
the
little
hell?
bit
Number
objective?
7.
Can we
Let
stop
me
the
land.
banter and be objective? I
Go,
know that you
go,
guys
go.
like the
Let me
talking. We
Let me
really
land,
need to be
'cause I can't
objective.
talk.
Yes,
I
تفضل
can't
حبيبي
I can't
تفضل.
speak. Mu'min, can I speak or no?
Yeah,
Can I
it's
speak?
not me. It's Mustafi and Ziad cut you off. You're talking to
Alright.
me.
You're still
I
talking.
didn't do anything. He's the one who's fucking around up there. That's
Let's
not me.
just get one thing out of the way. First of all, Ziad, you can't be talking about me, Mason Mount, having Mason Mount as the face of my club when you can't even show your face. I haven't
No,
seen
show
your
my
mascara
face.
yet.
This
Show your mascara.
is my
Show your
style.
mascara and
This
then I'll shout
is
you.
my style. This is my style.
It's been
This is
your
my new
it's been your
style.
style ever since we
خلاص هو is
that
his
was-
Yeah,
style.
man.
خلاص that's his style.
I went on there. Listen, well, I've got something planned for you guys. When it's done, I'll take it off. No problem.
What
Let
have
me
you
get my
got?
plan.
Have you changed the eye color today? What's going on? Is it
No,
different?
I put new contact lenses.
طيب
Different contact
حسام
lenses.
انت
Yeah,
are you
but can
alive?
we get to the football,
Hassan,
man?
are you alive? You're alive?
I'm here. I'm here.
You're
I just
alive?
want to say one thing. I
I
listen.
really want to have a decent conversation with
Hear
Ozzy
me
because I
out.
respect
Hear me out. One
your opinion.
second. I listen.
يا أخي, hear me out. You're not
I
even with the
listened
show
to you
now,
guys'
so we can
conversation.
hear you, bro. We can hear you. We can hear you.
You can't hear me?
We
No,
can.
we
We
can't.
can. Yes, we can. I can hear him.
يا أخي,
You
can or
no,
can't?
خلاص
I
تفضل.
say though, Lavia.
We're joking with you. I'm messing with you.
So when you said let's be objective, I thought you were.
I'm messing with you, bro. He believed he was gonna leave, Stuffy. He was gonna leave the show, bro. Just
المهم,
See, I never know when
I
Mo wants to
think,
joke. Wallah.
One
No
second.
jokes.
I think Ozzy is being very disingenuous, first of all, with the whole 2 games in so far thing, because as this Ahwa episode, we can only speak about the first 2 games. I cannot speak about last year or the next 7 games. We only have what we've seen so far to speak on. Now, in the first game against Wolves, he sucked, and yesterday he sucked. But there's bigger issue here because I don't even think it's Mount.
He didn't suck.
He had 16 touches as a midfielder.
Endo was amazing in 30 minutes. Does that mean he's a world-class midfielder?
There you
No,
are.
you've got
There
a
When
you
you
are.
guys are done, I'll be objective because
See?
I am the Mount. Basically, I'm technically the Mount hater here, but even
This is
I have
by the
something
way, this is
objective.
Ten Hag's fault.
Hassan,
This
that's
ain't even
wrong. He
Mount's
had
fault.
27. Hassan, he had 27 touches. Okay.
اوف يا الله دمر الدنيا 27 touches يعني
had the least
اسمع
touches on the
زين
pitch
الدين
anyways.
زيدان
The new face of
في
Man
ريحه
United, man.
في ريحه خرا طالعه بالستريم
We're doing
من
the whole.
ميسن ماونت.
This is the whole Twitter space thing. This is where everyone thinks they're a football expert after 2 games. Oh my god! Look, have you seen what happened?
Wallahi, Ajay, I will surprise
Why
you
are
when
you
I get to speak about Mount.
why
but
are you a
finish-
football expert?
Why are you defending Mount so
no
strongly?
one here's a
That's
football
what
expert because if I was a
No,
football
no,
expert,
I am a football expert. No, see?
why not?
You
Why are you not on Sky
yourself.
Sports?
I am a football expert.
Why are you not
You're
on
that
Sky?
like
Why
nunez,
yourself,
man.
bro?
Why not?
I'm a
Why
football
yourself?
expert.
why you not on Sky Sports? I went on the biggest African channel. Why are you flexing?
Which one? Which one? Which one?
Channels
that?
TV, biggest
TV.
channel in West Africa. Now what?
Channels TV.
Yes,
You
Nigerian channel. watched by
you
6
think
million
Jamie
people.
Carragher has anything on me in football?
Come on, man. Let me just before we carry on, let me just get to these super chats because they're addressing Aussie's crimes against football. Aussie ain't no way you're defending Mount. No way, bro. I was speechless when I heard it. Victor says, big up the panel now, Aussie and Ziad and Judge Mo. Big up to Hussam and Staffy on flight mode. Big up to the show. Safe flight, my brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Nadra says, to Man United, always the same. Just the new season. There ain't much that much difference from Oli Ball, but let me not even say that, all of that. Big up to you, Queen Nadra. Big up to my guy, Waves, who says it's illegal for United to spend any more money. I'm not quite sure that's an accurate thing, but fair enough. Big up to my guy, Thamer Al-Qatawni. That sounds like a Jordanian name. I agree, Man United looks the worst, and the rest are very close to each other since City level is lower with KDB injured. Yes. Out of the top 6, based on the first 2 games, عشان Ozzy ما يعيط, they look the worst out of the top 6.
I'm finishing ahead of Liverpool and I'm finishing ahead of Chelsea, guaranteed.
No problem. Time will tell.
No problem.
You can click this.
Are you sure?
No problem. Big up to خلينا نخلصهن بس عشان نكمل. 15 games to tell if Mount is crap. Nah, red card. I can't lie. That is a red card statement right there.
No,
Arsenal and United literally glossed over Kovacic. I wish we signed Kovacic as well, my guy Waves, but unfortunately we didn't make that decision. Big up to the football corner. I believe that's Saad. He says, I'm watching from London, but I'm currently smoking on that Ten Hag pack and that Caicedo pack. You lot are awful. Big up though. Big up to you, Saad. Thanks so much for the super chat. Make sure you go subscribe to the channel as well. Big up to Joe, who says Mount has issues not giving 70% in every game he plays. In the last 2 years, he plays within himself at Chelsea, loan teams. He never pushed himself. That's fair. I think he probably could play a lot better than he's shown over the start. Only 2 games with Manchester United. Big up to Chris, who says Mount isn't the issue, it's the finishing. They created 8 big chances, third most, and scored 1 goal, second worst. Mount will be fine, says Chris. Chris, I'm gonna tell you why I disagree in a second. I'm telling you why I disagree in a second. Let me just finish up these super chats, and we'll talk about it, because this whole Mount defense league is just weird at this point. The Bissouma gonna rip it up this season. Bissouma had a fantastic game, but the unfortunate reality, AB15, is no one cares about Spurs. Big up to Terry, who says Mount, who was started to come in, score goals and assists, had no chances created, no shots, no assists, 27 touches, but it's Ten Hag's fault United won't make top 5. Terry, the whole situation with Mount is mad, bro. Ozzy, stop lying. I watched the game and he was invisible. I think this confirms Ozzy don't know ball at all. All he does is run around, pass him the ball, nothing. Fair enough. I'm going to extend on your point a little bit. And finally, Murad says, Ozzy don't deserve success after defending Mount. Wallah, you are so shameless. You deserve this dinosaur's football. Wow. A lot of hate for my guy, Ozzy. Big up everyone who sent in a super chat. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you're all liking and subscribing. 1,300 people are here. We keep growing with you guys' support. Every like button helps. Every subscribe helps. Every share helps. So please do like and subscribe now. Here's my thoughts on this whole Mason Mount situation. First of all, we only have 2 games to go on. So I'm not going to discuss his time at Chelsea. So we have to speak on the first 2 games. Second of all, he has to take individual responsibility for his performances as well, because you can't have that many less of touches, and you can't have no chances created. You can't have no big chances created. You have to at least perform to some level. Third of all, if I'm being completely honest, this whole Mount Bruno situation, or this entire midfield situation for Manchester United, it's not even really Mason Mount's fault as an individual. It's Ten Hag's fault, because there's a lack of balance. And this is something I spoke on Al Ahwa 500 million times. Bruno and Mount in the same team will not work, whether we like it or not, unless you throw one of them to the wing. If you throw one of them to the wing, maybe it will work, maybe. But Bruno and Mount essentially are 2 10s playing in that 8 position, and they are doing to Casemiro exactly what Liverpool Football Club did to Fabinho last season, which is give him 80 acres of space to cover. And now you've got Man United fans coming out and saying Casemiro's crap. Casemiro ain't crap. Casemiro ain't a bad player, but he has so much space to cover. Now, the only issue is that's been exposed by this Tottenham game is Ange Postecoglou, within 2 games, has a clear-cut vision of the way he wants to play football. Ten Hag, a year and 2 games into this whole project, Man United fans, I mean, I'm not going to speak for Ozzy and Staffy, but many Man United fans that I speak to can't even identify a clear style of play that this guy is employing, which shows you that there is a balance problem with this guy. And it's actually reported apparently that today they're looking at a second goalkeeper. So they're not even prioritizing the midfield thing, which is...
We are getting a midfielder. Even Fabrizio tweeted it.
Either way, Amrabat is coming tonight. It doesn't matter.
But that's not the point anyway.
You talk a lot of sense, by the way, Hassan. What you're saying isn't wrong. I'm with you, because I don't. Here's the issue that I have is I hate the blaming of Mount. Could Mount have played better? Yes, no problem. I just don't like singling Mount. So it's not the Mount Defense League. I'm gonna come and criticize Mount because I think he should have been more involved in the final third. But Casemiro cannot control the ball for shit. If you have a midfielder that's just there as a bodyguard, that's just gonna try to intercept, no one's trying to say he's shit. It's fine. But when it comes to attacking, when it comes to going past the halfway line, he has no ability to find the pass. He's not good on the ball. He can't dribble past anyone because he's got no speed. He's looked leggy. He's looked lackluster. He's looked absolutely lost when it comes to him holding the ball. Bruno is a player full of attitude. This is the same guy that we said he's going to be our Bruno, our De Bruyne. This was the guy we signed after 1 year and said, this is the guy that's going to compete with De Bruyne. He hasn't even come close to lacing De Bruyne's boots. Now, did he have a decent performance somewhat against Spurs? Yeah, he did. But is it consistent throughout? No, it isn't, because he has one game where he looks decent and he's all right, one game where he looks good, and then 5 where he's shit.
Are you talking about Mount or Bruno? Sorry, I'm confused.
I'm talking about Bruno.
Oh, yeah. That's another guy. Many Man United fans are turning on him now. I'll be honest.
Overrated, man.
I don't know. So if you told me, if you're telling me, is the issue Mount? No. Is it Casemiro alone? No. I think it's a mixture of things, and one of the biggest things is the balance that we have in midfield. We have 3 midfielders that can't find the pass, that are not creative, that can't penetrate, that can't do anything, right? Except Casemiro, who knows how to defend and obviously intercept. But that's.
Malaysia, Ozzy, can I ask you a question regarding before I forget? So I want a question about exactly what you said about Bruno and Mount and Casemiro. I'm gonna ask you a straight question, and I want a yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
If I remove Mason Mount from that midfield and I put Christian Eriksen in it,
mm-hmm.
is that gonna look better? Or if I remove Bruno Fernandes and put Christian Eriksen, so a midfield of Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, Mason Mount, is it better than Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, and Bruno Fernandes?
So you're saying that the common denominator here is whether you take out Mount or you take off Bruno for Eriksen. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So if you take out Mount and you end up having Bruno and Eriksen, you have creativity, you have ability in the final third, but Eriksen comes on and you don't have the legs. So you have the same issue that you're having with an open midfield. If you take off Mount and you put on Eriksen, if you take off Bruno and you put on Eriksen, then you have somewhat the same ability that Bruno gives right now, because we think Bruno is this crazy creative player that can find the pass, that can make the difference. He doesn't do that. If you bring Eriksen, you still have the same output, right? Less of the bratty attitude, and you have Mount that can trap back and run around and give you the legs in midfield, right? So for me personally, I would drop Bruno. That's just my own personal opinion. People are going to slate me and say, "Oh, how could you drop Bruno?"
Wow, really?
You cannot. Unfortunately, you cannot. Now, can I now speak? Because I let everyone talk.
That's
People in the comments saying,
one word, man.
Yeah, people in the comments saying he's shook. People were saying Staffy's quiet. He's shook. I'm just letting people talk. I already spoke last night on the other stream.
He had his time yesterday, and now they're coming.
Yeah, I was already on Sam's channel last night. So if you didn't watch that, go back and check it out.
By the way, Staffy, you're moaning about me bringing you 2 days in a row. You brought on the same guy today, 2 days in a row.
I didn't moan.
The guy who was in the top right, I forgot his name.
You are comparing yourself to Staffy's channel.
What is that supposed
Oh
to
yeah, Sam. Wow.
That's actually, I'm sorry, Staffy. I'm defending you here.
Are you?
I thought I was getting insulted.
I'm defending Staffy. You are comparing, Sam. You're comparing yourself. Staffy. I'm sorry, he's working hard, trying to bring guests on, trying to bring.
Staffy's even better than me.
Staffy is trying so hard, ya akhi, and he's trying to make content for people. So he brought a guest twice. What is wrong with that? You're a big channel. You bring him twice. Come on, you're slandering him.
You should have more. You're like Liverpool. You think you have pull, but you don't.
الحق علي اني انا بدعم مصطفى مش زيك يا مؤمن. عرفت علي؟ لانه you're bringing in يعني you're caring about خلص خليني ساكت.
ايوه خليك ساكت لان انت اللي بدأت. خليك ساكت لان انت اللي بدأت.
انا
Listen, the judge has spoken. The judge has spoken, and I agree with the judge.
I'm not even saying anything negative about Staffy. He's so good. We have to bring him back.
You did. No,
Staffy,
you are complaining. You literally mocked him.
You did say I was complaining.
You complained that I bring you twice, but you brought the same. See the difference? It's just about the tone, Hussam. It's about the tone.
They're coming for you, Hussam.
Moment, just so you know,
I'm not coming for him. I'm not coming for him.
So you know,
I'm just defending my fellow Staffy American Egyptian right here.
Have you ever been on this channel?
You just got served لقمة القاضي.
Have you ever been on Staffy's channel, Mu'min?
Listen, I'm gonna just be honest with you. مؤمن بس عشان تريح راسك مستحيل تفتن بيني وبين مصطفى اللي بيناتنا خبز.
ابدا انا عمري يا اخي الفتة يا اخي انت عارف انا
مبين من عيونك.
I'm never about that.
مبين من عيونك زي الحياة جاي تفتن فاهدى خليه يحكي.
Let's go back to the football.
It's crazy Mu'min talking about Staffy's channel, but he's never made an appearance before.
To be fair, I haven't invited
guys, calm down. Everyone calm down.
See, Staffy, you respond. I'm never
my content so far has been Man United, which is why no one else got invited. But inshallah, once I start branching to other teams,
so much.
All these lovely people will be on. But anyways, let's back to the football and enough with the fitna. More football, less fitna. let's go back to the point. I think we were talking about Eriksen, was it? Eriksen, Bruno, and Mount. So here's my take on this.
Sorry, Staffy. The people that want to address me in the chat, you can super chat it so Sam can show it on the screen.
Yeah,
I
don't address
me, and you have an issue with me.
100%.
Super
I
chat.
don't address people for free anymore. If you want to insult me, at least pay for that.
Exactly.
I think
if you want to insult me and say something negative about me, you better super chat it.
Yeah, you're not any better than the guys that super chatted positive things. You want to be negative and you have that chest, then pay up. Pull your wallet out, big boy.
Pay up.
Yeah, pull your wallet out, big boy. Anyways, back to the football. Khalas. Enough fitna with the chat with us. Back to the football. Eriksen, Bruno.
The fitna is better than the football. Come on, let's continue.
Eriksen, Bruno, Casemiro, and Mount. Here's my take on all this. I agree with most of the points you guys made. Sporadically, there was some good points, and I disagree with some of you guys on everything. So let me just start with Ozzy. The whole Mount thing. Mount individually is not a bad player. We could sit here and slander him all we want. Ziad can sit here and show us the picture and do all that, even though 2 years ago he was like, that was his best player. He probably has a Mount jersey at home, and he won't show us that.
That's cap.
But however, he's not that bad of a player.
You don't have a Mount jersey.
Wallah, I don't. Wallah, I don't.
We believe you. However, he's not that bad of a player. I don't rate him, but he's not trash. He's not what I wanted. He's not my cup of tea. And I don't think he's a good fit for this team. And I've said that multiple times. What Mo said earlier was perfect. He said you can have 3 individually very good midfielders, but it doesn't mean that together they are good. And that's absolutely the situation right now. Casemiro individually is a good player. Bruno individually is a good player. Mount individually is a good player. You can argue who's better in their role, but individually they're not bad players. Collectively, they're just shit. You just put the wrong recipe together, and you came out with nothing. So Mo saying that Mount should be benched is something that I have been preaching because I didn't think he should come to this team at all. And if he comes to this team, he should be an option off the bench. And here's the thing that I'm going to actually defend Mount at. Mount is not playing bad as people think. Mount is doing what the manager is asking him to do, but it's looking bad. It's making the whole midfield look bad. And this is why he's getting blamed since he's the.
Can I tell you why that's BS?
No,
I don't think he's getting involved enough.
I tell you why.
What do you want him
instructions,
to do?
Wallahi, I'll defend him here. Habibi, I will defend him right now. You'll understand. I will explain to you why he's not involved. He is
26 touches is not acceptable for him.
Exactly. If you get 26 touches on the pitch, it means you're asked to do a job more off the ball than on the ball, and he's too far away from his midfielders. Okay, we don't even have a fullback that inverts into the midfield that add an extra body there that can find Mount.
Mount is asked to do. Is that
so you're blaming Ten Hag?
Eh?
So you're blaming Ten Hag?
100% I'm blaming Ten Hag. Yes.
Let's make that clear. You have to make it clear.
Ten Hag, it's his fault that he signed him out to do a job that is not asked for this team. I explained yesterday that Eriksen's role is and then say whatever you want. Eriksen's role last season in the team was way deeper in the pitch. Mount is asked to do a job that involves more pressing and staying high up the pitch. That even in the first half last game, when you look at him, remember the Bruno header that he missed when he was open. That whole chance started with Mount actually dropping deep. He made a half turn, passed it to Casemiro, and played us out of the high press by Spurs. And we went on to build that, and then it led to the whole miss by Casemiro, by Bruno. So this whole thing started by Mount dropping deep. But even in the second half, he never did it again, which shows me that there's instructions that are being told, don't go that deep into the pitch. Habibi Isma, I am blaming the manager than the player. If you don't want to agree with it, it's fine. But I am telling you, these are the things
I agree that what did I say? I said I agree. It's Ten Hag,
but it's not his fault. What I'm saying is, it's not his fault. It's the manager's fault.
The thing as well, Staffy. Individual responsibility, come on, it's a thing.
But how do you blame him for following instructions? And I told you when we signed Mount, he's a good tactical player. He's not a good technical player. Tactical, it means he's going to do everything that the manager asks, which is why Lampard, when he had him, he loved Mount Matt was his number one guy.
But,
Because he
Habibi,
always
that's why
did
everyone, that's why every
Yeah.
manager wants him.
He
That's
always
why
I
every
know,
manager.
what Stuffy. I know what you're saying is right, but the fact that you say tactically and Lampard together in one sentence is an
No,
insult.
I didn't
no,
say
no.
anything. I
No, but
said
this is why
he's a
exactly every
tactical
manager.
player. Yeah, Mo, what is tactics? If I
I
say
know what he's
Mo,
talking
if
about,
I
but-
say Mo, I want you to stay on that touchline.
وصلنا
And
لمرحلة
I don't
بدنا
know,
نحكي what is tactics.
mark this guy all
يلا
game,
طبعاً.
and every time he gets the ball, I want you to be like on his back, something like that. That is a tactical instruction.
Yes, I know. Well, I was just
Right.
joking. It's a joke. I had to say it.
Stuffy, there's a
Yeah,
reason we have so many managers at Chelsea, and every single one of them picked Mount because
But
he's
that's what I'm
great.
saying.
At
He's a
listening to them.
tactical player.
Wait,
Staffy,
he's an
this is
average-
the bottom
But
line.
he's an
Let's
average
find out.
footballer. He's an average footballer.
At last, I know. I
Staffy,
agree with you.
you said you won't win the league with Bruno. Do you think you'd win the league with Mount?
Of course not. We won't. I'll tell you something. If we
I
had
know what you guys.
Casemiro,
Wow, is
I'll tell you
mad.
something.
Wow.
If we had
Winning the league with this
Casemiro,
squad of players.
Vivi, listen to me. If we had Casemiro, Pogba from a few years ago before he was injured, and Bruno, that's the only time I can entertain a thought of us winning the league. Even that wouldn't be enough.
Bruno,
But that's
why
the-
would you think that Bruno
I'll
is
tell
the
you
goal
why.
Say
scorer?
that again.
Yeah,
Say that
Habibi,
again,
Isma.
Habibi. Say that again. Say that
I
again.
said if Pogba was in that midfield instead of Mount, that's the only time I would have entertained. And I'm not talking about the current Pogba that's always injured. I'm talking about Pogba when he had him a few years ago in his prime.
Pogba hype.
No, I'll tell you why.
When
Since
was he in
Pogba
his
left,
prime?
Pogba.
In
let me
United,
explain,
when was
and I'll
ever in
explain
his
why. I'll explain why. Pogba, ever since Pogba left, we have lost the only first
Drama
phase midfielder. يا حبيبي اسمع بقى. I am talking about football. If you want to talk about drama والتفادي كلها, talk with someone else. I'm talking about football right now. We had a
تعصب عصبته يا اخي.
we had a first phase.
ضبعت معه خلاص
We had a first phase midfielder in Pogba. What Pogba did is, I mean, even though we used it incorrectly, he's the type of player that could take the ball. And this is not about this is not a Pogba thing, by the way. I'm talking about that position himself. Having a player that can take the ball from your DM or from your defense, move with the ball up the pitch, and then find your creator, aka Bruno. That's the one thing that we're missing right now, which is why last season he wanted to go for Frankie de Jong, but we didn't get Frankie de Jong. So we spent 400 million, and we still don't in this midfield. We don't have a first phase midfielder to take the ball and move it up. We don't have someone who can progress the ball. This is why Mount is looking bad. Bruno, I have other reasons not to look Bruno, but even Bruno, if he had a first phase midfielder, he would look better than that. Because as much as he misses the ball,
Can I
it's that simple.
خلصت finished or not?
Wow.
Can I say one thing? Can I guys say? I'm sure I'm gonna say in a very short. Do you know why Man United look shit in the first two games? One thing. You have nobody to control to dictate the game in the midfield, the speed of the game.
That's the first phase midfielder I'm talking about.
Yeah. And your wingers. See, I'm not gonna do phases.
But I'm
I agree with you. If that's what you mean, Stuffy, so I agree with you. If that's what you meant, okay. And your wingers are Garnacho is trying to be positive, but he isn't good enough. And Anthony is so passive. You cannot play football with two wingers.
Ya Allah, this Anthony guy. I'm so happy Mu'min said Anthony's name.
Wallah al-Azim, he has zero output, bro. Like he gets the ball, not make somebody,
Anthony
and
guy?
then turn back.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something right now. Passive is not the right word. Passive is actually being too nice about a player like that. That he is, and I said this.
Oh, Anthony, you mean?
Anthony, I said this on Staffy on the reaction after the first game. He's Man United's worst signing in the last 2 decades. And we've signed Bebe.
Wow.
We've signed
Maguire, you had Maguire. Yeah.
No, I don't care about Maguire. Is a relief compared to Anthony. Anthony, based on 100 million and what we were promised, and all those compilations that people were showing me when he was at Ajax, dropping players in the Dutch league, and then he's come on right now, and he's given me Stuart Downing.
العجينة معلم العجينة.
واخد بالك. So
الخبيث والله man. Baking bread. Anthony, baking bread.
اعمل فطير.
كنافة, bro.
I can lie to you. I'm so happy you mentioned Anthony. Because Murad as well is saying the same thing. Ten Hag doesn't bench Anthony if he plays bad. What did he do that with Mount? And you know what it is, Ozzy? This whole Anthony situation, even people who backed Anthony were saying like this is the year where he's got to step up. And so far, 2 games in, عشان ما تعيط, 2 games in, he's played horribly, both games.
Forget 2 games, Hassam Habibi. The whole of last season since he scored that goal against Arsenal, even that game he scored 1 goal and his output for the whole game was shit. And people
the issue is he doesn't do.
One second, Steph, because I told you told me to shut up and I shut up when you were speaking.
Wallah, I didn't say shut up.
I know. But it's right. But you basically said it, but it's fine.
When did I tell him to shut up? شوف الزيادة فتنة.
Sorry, I'm rattled. And I'll tell you why I'm rattled, yeah? It's because people are going to come and say, oh, the Mountain Defense League. In your preview for the game, Staff. I was there and I told him I predicted United were going to lose 2-0. I said it. Didn't I say it, Staff? Didn't I say it?
I do remember you saying it at least at halftime.
I said this Tottenham team is not, and listen, the games are going to prove it until the end of the season. This Tottenham team is going to surprise a lot of people. They're not bad. And rather than talking about how bad Man United were throughout the game, overall, because in the second half we didn't show up. The first half we showed up. First half, if we take our chances and that crook of a referee gives that penalty, that game ends up being a different game.
قلت كده والله. You predicted an easy game. The first half was easy. It's not my fault they couldn't score.
A difficult game. And Hossein laughed at me when I said when the first game, and we all admitted the Wolves game that should have been a blatant.
Yeah, that Hossein was right. Remember when I made the prediction, you were all laughing.
No. But what was the prediction?
You cannot say I told you.
What's the reality? What was the game? What did it finish? 1-0. Don't give me. Hossein was right.
What are you talking about? I told you that Man United wouldn't play great and they will find a chance to score done. Which happened.
I was a wrong decision in a way. I was a wrong decision away from getting the prediction 100%.
Yeah, but wrong decision. But Man United created looked horrible. Man United, but at the end they got the result at home.
You know. You know, in these first 2 games, they've conceded 40 shots. Do you know that?
I know.
In 2 games,
no.
40 shots.
Also
but to be honest with you, flip it the other way. Man United had 22 shots against Tottenham.
Against Spurs,
22 shots.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to that's my boy Omar. I told him about Ahwa, and he's the guy that was on my show today. I don't know if you watched it. That's Omar. He's from New York as well, Egyptian, and he loves the idea of the show. So inshallah, one time we'll try to have him.
Is he a United fan?
He's a United fan. He's Egyptian.
The thing is, there's too many. Hang out with 3 United fans.
If he's a United fan, we're going to have to substitute Staff because we can't have 3 Man United fans. So Staff's going to have to come up for his boy.
I'll easily give it to him.
Nah, I'm kidding. Okay, we'll bring it up. Can I just slam my point about United because
is irreplaceable.
Like
Bruno.
Just the 2 things. Anthony's been.
Omar, by the way, knows a lot of football. Sorry, Ozzy. He knows a lot of football. He's a United fan, but he's very objective about a lot of teams.
يا اخي انت جاي يعني انت خطابه خلص
فهمنا. That's my boy, man.
خطابه
اقول لك ايه يا معلم, how much are you paying Staffy to say that live on the stream with
بدي اشيل كومنت عن الشاشه.
He wants to get on the show, so I'm just saying.
But this it's not a job interview, Staff. We know, like, you don't have to add his CV,
Omar, big up Omar, but Staff is like it's overboard, bro.
شوي بدي قوم يرقص له. كمل يا أوجي تفضل.
So what I wanted to say was the 2 things. That's why I was really upset about the Mount thing. Not because Mount was whatever. Anthony, based on expectations, being United's worst player throughout 2 years, alongside Wan-Bissaka, who is the worst attacking right back Premier League has ever seen. I've never seen a defender so unbelievably gifted defensively. No one can beat him one-on-one. And offensively, he couldn't hit a barn door. I have a granddad that has better attacking than Wan-Bissaka. I swear to you, Wallahi al-Azim, I'm not joking. I have elder people in my family, in my Nubian family, that can ball better at right back than Wan-Bissaka. The midfield is obviously unbalanced. Garnacho is too raw. We should never be putting a pressure on a player like that, so young to start the season. And obviously, this is what happens when you bring a player too quickly. I think he's more effective as a substitute. And Rashford, who, by the way, you laughed at me in the beginning of the season, Staffy, when I told you that last season is going to be his best season in a United shirt, and he's never going to come close to the goal scoring that he did last year.
When did I laugh about that?
You laughed in the beginning. I'll bring you the clip. It was before the season started.
No way I defended Rashford. I don't do that.
No, you did. You said, Habibi, don't say that about Rashford. Now we're seeing that Rashford isn't a number 9. He never was.
I never said
he never will be. He never will be. But despite all of that, United, I don't think look as bad as people are looking out to be. We have so many shit players that do not deserve to be in a top 6 team.
These are the players you have. I don't get
but this is not
أنا شخصيا تعبت والله أنا تعبت.
Everyone's talking about Ten Hag and this. Maybe just the quality.
This is who Ten Hag selected.
يا أخي هو اللي اختار ميسون خرا وهو اللي جاب خرا أنتوني على دماغه على اليمين وإحنا اللي اخترناه.
What about Wan-Bissaka?
طب اسالك سؤال. who gave
لا يا مو what about Dalot? You have Dalot on the bench.
Who gave it? Who said my right side isn't a priority right now? I am set. And I get what he's saying. Whatever.
But he's wrong. He's wrong. Absolutely, he's wrong.
أنت عارف المشكلة.
And when I questioned his talent ID, people were upset. Now you see.
يا أخي his talent ID. It's not about his talent ID. It doesn't matter what he does. For me, the problem, he chooses the wrong even lineups. Like even with the players he has, why did you play the same freaking lineup again?
So what should you change? What are you going to change?
Do you want me to tell you?
I want to know.
Mason Mount on the freaking left and put McTominay to block the freaking midfielders of Spurs.
So I've waited 2 years to get rid of McFred, and you're gonna bring
but that's until
you get Amrabat and until you get Kobe back from injury.
Ozzy, let me just explain to you. Okay, seriously, you have sticks. You pick the bigger stick to hit the guy. My problem is there was one tactical problem in the game. You as a defensive midfielder, and anybody knows that plays football, and I'm assuming you know that as well. There is no team in the world that has the defensive midfielder marking one-on-one. Casemiro was running after Maddison the whole game. That means there is a lot of space left for everybody else. You cannot have your defensive midfielder marking. You need to have someone next to him, and one of them is free to cover the rest of the team.
Okay.
Casemiro. That's why Casemiro looked terrible.
Did you watch the first half?
I'll tell you the first half. They had the ball.
United were in the first half or not?
No. So let me explain to you. In the first half, you didn't look great as Ten Hag. You looked as a transition team, counter-attacking team, getting the ball to the wingers, okay? And all individual brilliance, okay? In the first half. Did I see, if I look at this Man United in the first half and I ask, what was the style of play? Someone will tell me it's just trying to find the spaces that Tottenham leaves. Are you dictating the game? No. Were you dictating the tempo of the game? No. Were you dictating where Spurs go? No. Spurs were knocking the ball where they wanted, right? Mm-hmm. On the counter-attack, how many times your one-on-one players tried to dribble in isolation? None. Anthony didn't dribble once. Garnacho didn't dribble once. They tried, but they couldn't dribble once. Who's to blame? The coach that knows the abilities of these players. If I'm a coach, I know Mo Salah can dribble, so I would put Mo Salah isolation with a defender. But if I know that Anthony wouldn't dribble somebody, and I keep trying to isolate Anthony with the defender, and the defender pockets him to send him back, that's on me. So there was no style, Ozzy. There was no style, Ozzy.
But I'm with you. This is what I'm talking about. I'm saying you're 100% right. Is that United don't have a style of play. If you look at all the teams that have been successful,
after the second team, exactly. Go ahead. Finish.
If you've seen all the teams that have been successful in the last 20 years in the Premier League, whether it's Chelsea, whether it's Arsenal last year, whether it's City continuously, every single one of you, even if they won the Champions,
1920,
will come. Yeah, Liverpool as well. I'll give you that.
About it.
All of them had a style of play. Even though, for example,
that can I interject and tell you? You know Chelsea. Go ahead, finish.
That last sentence really quickly. 1920 Liverpool, they could control a game with their midfield and they could pass it around all over the pitch, and they could also brutally murder you on the counter attack with what they had up front. So they were flexible. They can kill you in either way. United don't have a style of play. They can only play on the counter attack. That's why we look so good.
That's not true, by the way. I'm tired of this thing that we only play on the counter attack. By the way,
I'm gonna respond.
Let me add something because this is bullshit.
Staffy, he is right. He is absolutely. He's agreeing with you, Staffy. I'll tell you why he's agreeing with you, because you cannot control with that midfield. So he's agreeing with you.
But here's the issue: we can't control with the midfield because you don't have enough tacticians. When you get to the final third, you can't keep the ball.
So that's a fact.
But that doesn't mean that you're only counter. Do you know that we have the most turnovers forced in the opponent's final third between all the teams in the first 20 games?
Because we can't pass in the first 2 games. We can't create.
Yeah, Habibi, Isma, forcing turnover. No, not us committing forcing.
They are forcing the other team to give you the ball back.
Basically, as the other team is building up, I think the stat was about 30-something or 40-something, which is the most in the league. It means we won the ball about 40 times in the opposition's half, in the opposition third, and we've scored 1 goal that wasn't converted from that. So it means we win the ball and we can't convert because we don't have. It's one of two things: either we can't score because we're not efficient enough, or we can't keep the ball as soon as we win it. And I've seen examples of both. I've seen Anthony yesterday give up the ball, win it right away, and give it up again, all in the space of 5 seconds. And that's what the stat tells me. The stat tells me I win the ball, but I give it away right away. Or even when I create, I miss chances because we created the second most chances in the league and we can't convert. We only have 1 goal of a center back. So I understand people want to say that we're playing Ollie ball. We're not playing Ollie ball because we're not all behind the ball. Ollie ball, we didn't concede that many goals. But we are actually conceding a lot of goals because we are left exposed. We win the ball, You don't have anyone to put their foot on the ball. Sancho's not on the pitch. Eriksen is not on the pitch.
I don't want to complicate. Go ahead. I don't want to complicate. You know when
I want to say one thing, Steffi, on what he said. Sorry, Motman. Just based on what he said, yeah? You're trying to tell me after that game, the Wolves game, that we watched for 90 minutes, that, by the way, we didn't deserve to win that game. Wolves deserve to win that game. Let's just say it how it is.
100%.
Right? They deserve to win that game. You're telling me Ten Hag came out of that game, looked at his starting lineup and said, yeah, I don't need to make any adjustments. I just got smashed.
That's why I blamed. But that's why I blamed him. I blamed him. When have I not blamed him? Hussam, did I blame Ten Hag yesterday? All of yesterday.
I'm debating with you. I'm not saying something you said. I'm just debating with you, Habibi. I'm not saying you said
I agree on that. Yeah.
But I'm telling you, he looked at that starting lineup and that 90 minutes. He had a whole week to prepare for the match against Tottenham. His first test against a top 6 team, well, top 8 team, whatever. And he's gone. Yeah, do you know what? Garnacho had a good game. Ante doesn't need to be dropped.
There's no accountability, Ozzy. Everyone played again.
Sancho didn't create a positive impact when he came on. You know, no, Wan-Bissaka is really great. We're going to need him attacking-wise against Tottenham Hotspur. Like, nothing. No changes whatsoever.
Rashford can work as a striker. Yes, he does.
Yeah, everything's good. We don't need anything. Perfect. But but just to give credit as well, I think Tottenham and the way they managed the game and the players that they had, especially Bissouma, who was absolutely phenomenal throughout 90 minutes. No one could come close. Running from box to box, could find passes. This Spurs team, and I've been saying it for years, once Harry Kane leaves and they find a great manager that's got an open mind when it comes to attacking football, is going to be such a dangerous team throughout the season. Tottenham look very, very good. And that's why I don't want to come and hesitate and run and say, United, because Tottenham made us lose that game and they made us suffer. And I think they're a very, very, very good team. Just to put my hand up.
Before we finish on United, I want to say something. When Thomas Tuchel took over Chelsea, after about like half a season or a season, I said, this guy, Thomas Tuchel, there is no style of play. He has no style of play. He came in a team that was leaking goals, tightened the defense, and played. Won the Champions League, right? By that one goal he won. That papered over the cracks, and we see where Chelsea is right now, right? The problem is, after the second year of Ten Hag, I don't know what style Ten Hag wants to play. Like, he changes his style every game. I said last year you were good at home. You had control of the game. You were very good at home. But you go away from home, you had no style. I am seeing the same thing. The first 2 games, I want to know your footprint. What kind of football? Jurgen Klopp, from the first game, when he came in 2015, you see exactly what he was trying to do. With shit players. Postecoglou, you see what he's trying to do. Ten Hag at home, you can tell what he's trying to do. Control the game, create chances, right? Away from home, he looks absolutely like lost. He doesn't know what to do. And don't tell me now because he doesn't have the players he wants. It's your second season now. You had a whole summer with these guys. Where is the style? If you ask me, what is Man United now? I can answer you because at home it's different than away.
You can't buy players until you replace them. You can't get rid of Wan-Bissaka. You spend 50, 60 million on a brilliant right back, and whilst you still have Wan-Bissaka who doesn't want to leave, you can't.
So let me tell you the counter to this. No, but this is wrong because Postecoglou with Emerson Royal and Pedro Porro is playing the same style of football he wants. It looks shit. By the way, it looks shit. Pedro Porro on the ball yesterday almost lost the ball twice, right? It looks shit, but I am seeing Pedro Porro trying to do it. Jurgen Klopp had, I don't know, Ricky Lambert at that time or some kind of shit players up top. He had Danny Ings, and he was trying to play Moreno on the left back. He was the problem is, I can see, as long as I see what you're trying to do, and it's not working, I will tell you, now you need your team.
You're talking about a team on a smaller scale. United have desperately went and bought players. Wan-Bissaka was one of the best right backs in the league. When they got him from Crystal Palace, they put him on a crazy, stupid contract. They put Sancho on a crazy, super contract. They put Ante on a crazy, super contract. So for you to get rid of certain players, right? Big up.
That's
by the way, can I just say,
the guy is our friends. Fine.
Can I just say, football-wise, there is not one person I disagree and hate this takes more than Igal. As a person, I'm sure he's a great guy. But there's not one person on football Twitter, football Instagram, TikTok, YouTube that I dislike more and what they say more than Igal. So that's the biggest thing that you could have said that really.
That's like the biggest insult right there.
I hate that. So anyway, as I was saying, the way this club is run, Motman, has been horrible for the last, 10 years? We put players on crazy contracts. So you can't get rid of them and you can't replace them when they end up being shockingly shit. Wan-Bissaka is shit. right? Let's say McTominay shit, Anthony shit, Garnacho isn't ready. So then you have half the team which wouldn't even get into Nottingham Forest side. So it doesn't matter what you say about balance and midfield and all of that shit.
It's fine. It's fine. Bissouma was shit last year. Sarr is young. Okay, just like Udogie played for Udinese. Okay, Romero is absolutely a rash defender, right? Mr. Emerson Royal and Pedro Porro last year, people made fun of them. Okay, the problem is I can tell what Postecoglou is trying to do. You know, Arteta, okay, he tried to do something. It didn't work in the beginning, but I can see Thomas Tuchel. The reason why I hate Thomas Tuchel is that he had no style of play. He has no style of play. The reason why I criticize Inter, because this is why it worked in the Champions League, because we have no style. Inter, Inzaghi, we have no style.
Sorry,
this is why you went to the fight. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I don't want to interrupt you because someone's saying you're talking about Igal behind his back. I'm talking on the stream in front of 1,200 people.
Yeah, so don't be a drama queen, man. We all love Igal, man.
I just said big up Igal. I've listened to him. He's a decent guy. I just don't like
his thing. He's one guy, he hates his takes.
So Mu'min, what you're saying is
we have a game. What I'm saying is that
one second. Let me tell you something.
Moving to Chelsea. It's been an hour, bro.
One second. So what you're saying
move on to Chelsea because I have a football game.
You have a move. Listen, what you're trying to say is Ten Hag's been there for a year, and he's not being able to get the best out of his players. That's what you're basically saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's essentially it.
Can we switch the gears?
I made it simple. I made it like
about دائما قاعد هون تعمل لي شكاوي وانت اكثر واحد بيحكي. Anyway, so let's before we move on to the Chelsea section.
مش اسكت يعني اسكت خلاص. What is the show without talking?
احنا جايبينك عشان تحكي حبيب قلبي. Everyone watching us right now, there's 1,250 people watching us right now. Big up to you guys. We're about to move on to the Chelsea section. Before that, big up to my guy Liverpool till I die, Murad, Victor, Joe, Diabolical, Shibu, Waves, Nadra, Football Corner, Thamer, big up to you, my Jordanian brother, Chris, AB, Terry, and Onib for the super chats. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all slapping the like button. Make sure you're all subscribing, guys. As I always said, meet me at least at halfway line. So there's 1,200 people here. Get us to 600 likes minimum. So slap up the like button, subscribe. Big up to the Football Corner says, I'm glad to pay this to say you're all حمارs. Hate what Mu'min said literally. انت الحمار يا سعد يا حبيبي بس تسلم. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Waves who said, this is absurd. I got nothing good to say about Mount. He's absolute garbage. In every fan base, fans love defending trash players. I don't know why, eh?
He isn't garbage, by the way. This is a false statement.
He's an average player. He's an average player. He's an average.
Yeah, he's like a stinky player.
No. He's a good player. He isn't fantastic.
Average good.
What do you mean average? Like is he Conor Gallagher?
No. It's not Conor Gallagher.
Is he better than Conor Gallagher?
I mean, him and Conor Gallagher and he slapped me with the right hand, slapped me with the left hand.
Conor Gallagher is an academy player from Chelsea that won Player of the Year at Crystal Palace. Average player. Is Mason Mount the same level?
I don't think there's a lot between them. I don't think there's a lot between them.
I'll be honest with you.
Wallah. I don't think there's a lot between them.
No.
Gallagher from a tactical perspective
would
have made more sense for Man United than Mount.
Yes, okay.
Gallagher.
See, hold on. Hussam said something correct. Hussam, you are right. Yes, Hussam. Tactically, Mason Mount is being used the wrong way at Man United. Man United doesn't suit him.
I agree.
He had a season where he had 10 goals and 11 assists because the manager used him well. Okay? The problem, he's not garbage. He's not garbage.
Bro, don't post these comments.
Come on.
Mu'min, is he
don't get into my guy Waves like that.
Is he good enough for Man United?
I don't give a shit about Wave. You didn't even know he was a Wave.
No, I don't think he's good enough to start for Man United. No,
so he's not good enough. And he's definitely not worth 60 million. Definitely.
Remember, I told you guys on this show here that you told me, would you rather take Mason Mount or Pearce?
Habibi, don't talk about the money, Habibi.
Why not?
Why not?
No. We talk about money.
خلي الطابق مستور. اهدى شوي.
We know how to use it because we go through loopholes that you look a bitch about. Yeah, it's very
Anyway, Bruno is not a team player. Can't rebuild with him. I think you probably meant to say can't there, Onib. And I can't lie to you. Look, Bruno's been called out over the last 24, 48 hours a lot. And, You understand why
Outstanding,
certain
bro.
people are turning on him. Big up to my guy Waves, dunk on Staffy's ass. You can see company style from his first game with Burnley. This whole he needs time is BS. I agree. Even with this player, as Jude is balling at Madrid already. Here's the thing, bro. You look at certain managers and the way they want to play football. We've already spoken. Postecoglou, bro. Guys like been there with absolute trash garbage players this whole time, and my guy's cooking. That's
عارف
just the
ليه
reality.
يا عم
Postecoglou-
بيلعب
عارف
ب9 men bro. بيلعب ب9 men. Emerson Ryan Shaw. That's 9 men.
عارف
Yeah,
عارف ليه؟
exactly.
Do you want to know why
He's playing his, and by the way, sorry, with all due respect, all year long last year, the conversation was, oh my God, when Ten Hag gets his players, he's gonna play his style. طب ما here, he bought a whole spine for himself. Where's his style? Exactly. Thank you very much. Big up to you, Waves. Big up to Liverpool till I die, who says there's no style of play. How can he sign players for a system that doesn't exist? Two top teams right now, Arsenal and City, according to the system. Simple. I agree with you. Systems, whether we like it or not, systems in modern football matter. Systems are a thing. And currently, you cannot explain Man United's system. And if you say counter-attack, that is a thing that every single team does. So that cannot be a style of football. But big up to you, Liverpool till I die. And finally, official says Tottenham will overachieve and get top 2 in FA Cup or EFL Cup. Mark my words. Come on, you Spurs. Official, my brother. I know this is probably not. This probably maybe one of the few times that you've actually heard me speak. Neil, yani, we've been. You know, let me address this guy in a second. Thing is, I don't know if you met me last season, but I backed Tottenham Hotspur to the heavens last season. But I'm never backing Tottenham Hotspur again because I learned my mistake. And my mistake was backing Tottenham
Out of all
Hotspur.
clubs you back,
I backed them I backed them to do well with Conte and stuff. But it is.
Come on, man.
They're
It's
the
Tottenham,
team that's
man.
impressed me so far from 2 games.
But anyway, big up to you, official. Neil, yeah, Habib, I don't know if you're Arab or not. Yani, we've been talking in English for the last hour and 10 minutes. You're saying it's an Arabic channel? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Big up to Skip. Big up to you. Who says Mudrik
Skip to my loop.
Yeah, Skip to my loop. I know. I just call him Skip.
Guys, can I? Sorry, Asaf. Guys, in the chat, can everybody that speaks Arabic, can you just type Arabic in Arabic on the chat? I want to see how many people speak Arabic.
Yeah, if you can speak Arabic, use your Arabic keyboard. Speak it in the chat.
And
just
don't
one
use
word.
Google, you cheaters.
Just type Arabic in the chat.
No. Actually, just type in any complicated word because these guys are cheaters. They're gonna go to Google and they're gonna type something just to trick you. We want real people to trick.
I want honesty.
Exactly. So I don't want people to lie.
Look, you got
But they're running in Arabic and they're running in English. Look at that.
Did you just say that the audience of this is football are liars?
I mean, Hussam is their leader, so I don't expect much of it.
Wow, شو لك معفن. Anyway, we're gonna carry on before we were rudely insulted by this bozo right here. Here's the thing.
Wait, hold on. Please post the comment from Bahrat Jane. Please comment that.
From who?
Bahrat Jane. Bharat.
Who?
Bahrat Jane. Bharat. That's his name.
It's not Bahrat, it's Bharat, bro. He's Indian. Look at this guy. You're so uncultured.
Look at this stuff.
You're actually so uncultured. Big up Waves. I knew Waves was an Arab all along, man. Mount Zibala. Facts.
That's how you know he's Arabic straight away.
Yeah, Wave is definitely
100%. That's how you know.
And
This is I can't lie. We have quite a few Arabic speakers. I see comments in this comment section. Best thing is the guy who used.
Well, someone said أتحدث العربية. You think we know that you speak Arabic?
Now we believe you.
You exposed yourself.
You exposed
yourself. Google Translate exposes, by the way. Just saying. Carry on, Hassan.
Yes. Look, as I said, guys, please do like the video, subscribe. 500 likes. Big up. First target achieved. Next target 600 likes. So please like the video, subscribe, and let's just get into the absolute failures.
Who's failures?
that are بصير تخرس.
Someone said me speak no Arabic.
يعني انت بتنط طوالي مثل اللي فيه بطيزه بطاريه. اهدى شوي. اعوذ بالله.
You talking to me?
Ziad.
I can't hear it. It's cutting off.
Yeah, put it in front of the mic. Put it in front of the mic.
Put it to
We
the
can't
mic.
hear you.
We can't hear it, Hossein.
We can't hear it.
We
We
can't
can't hear it.
We can't hear it.
See this hammer right here on your head top. اليوم
Put it on the mic, bro. We couldn't hear the song.
hammer.
We can't hear the song, Habibi. We can't. I want to listen to the song.
Put it on the mic. Put it on the mic.
He can't hear it. He can't hear it.
Wallah,
Hossein thinks we can hear it. Hossein, we can't hear it, Habibi.
You're dancing in silence.
Gabi, wallah.
Wave your hammers, everyone.
We can't
I'm
hear
hear
it.
it.
We
I'm
can't
just
hear it.
We couldn't hear the. We couldn't hear the song.
We didn't hear anything.
طب شغل مين بده يشغلها فيكم؟
يا اخي ما انت انا سبناك
You're the one that tried it, man.
Bro, how can you say you're not hearing it? It's next to microphone.
يا اخي حطها قدام المايك ما حدش سمعها والله.
Now we can hear it. Now we can hear it. Wallah, top song.
Hey, they got Caicedo and they still suck.
What's your point? What's your point?
زياد مش
West
قلت لك
Ham
هدي اعصابك؟
طيب
West
زياد
Ham-
زياد talk to us.
I'm
West
talking to
Ham
you, but
3.
he's not stop dancing
West
yet.
Ham 3, Chelsea 1. Oh, we want this Caicedo. Oh, we want this Caicedo. Today the Hammers, they hammered them.
Imagine
المطالع.
someone just walked
West
in.
Ham United, up the Hammers. The spam Hammers in the comment section right now. West Ham 3, Chelsea 1, Caicedo, £115 million comes on, causes a penalty directly. Disasi is looking like the French Maguire. It's all over the place currently at Chelsea. They got absolutely
No, it's
destroyed.
not.
Antonio with the R9 finish. They can't score a goal to save their life. They can't score a goal to save their life.
Spud me.
Yo, what the fuck is that,
Spud
Staffy?
busy.
Yo, Staffy, what the fuck is that, bro? Where'd you get that
West
shit from?
Ham. This is like a Jordanian hammer right here.
Those hammers, the one that Hassan has, you only find them in Arab countries. This one,
Arab
this is
countries,
America, bro.
Arab
Look, this is
countries.
a rubber hammer.
That's
See
not
how
a
many
fucking
hammers
hat.
we have. How many hammers in the comments? I want to see hammers all over the comment, please. So Ziad, now you could speak. شكرا لك يا ثامر. Oh, we want.
Okay, so Hassan, so are we gonna? So Hassan, what's your point with this Caicedo? Are you still upset? Are you still hurt?
Can you
still
stop
burning?
crying? Tell me your thoughts
No,
on today's game.
I'll tell you my thoughts on today's game. Today's game, it wasn't. The performance wasn't. I don't think the performance was that bad. It's just they got a early goal, which shouldn't have stood because he fouled Gallagher. But they got an early goal and decided to put 11 man behind the ball. So that's it.
يا اخي what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
So you
Calm
couldn't
down.
What do you know? What the fuck am I talking about? Can I
يا
fucking
اخي
talk?
زياد حرام عليك يا اخي. يا
Can I
أخي حرام
talk?
عليك. قال فاول ايه يا
Oh,
زياد؟
let him speak.
No,
Let
it
him
was a
speak.
foul. Of course it was a foul.
يا اخي ازاي بتقول كده يا اخي؟ يا اخي حرام عليك يا اخي.
Did you watch the match?
خليه يحكي. Okay, carry on.
It
What
was a
else?
foul. It was a foul. We got a goal back from Carney. It was a very good goal. And then we got a penalty which Enzo missed. But what's his name? Suchek was in the box, so we should have got retaken. I don't know what to tell you, man. It wasn't a great performance. Poch made some mistakes, but no problem. We still got Caicedo. Only
that
Hassan.
You could do so you
This is him.
want him to do you so much you could do anything.
That's you right now. How are you waffling this much? You should be banned from this platform.
No, I'm telling me banned.
West
Let me tell you
Ham
something.
beat you
Let me tell
3-1. They
Let me
dunked
tell
on
you
your
something.
fucking head.
Let me tell you something.
Dunk.
Me banned. Let me tell you something. You sat here, took your glasses off, took your hat off, started shaking when you got Caicedo bidding, yeah? 110 million. You put a bid in, yeah? And you started singing and you put this song and you started putting your cigarette and then like this and it's exactly what you did, huh? This is exactly what you did. I'm gonna treat you the same way you treated me and this chat here. You started breaking, shaking your ass for Caicedo, and then he went there and he rejected you.
Wallah, you guys are so shit. You're not even
I
being
would listen.
objective right now, Zia.
ما بالك بقى من اللي عليه الله
So,
ملعون ابوك يا
so what we
فقر
did, yeah. So what we did, we started treating Liverpool like Arsenal, like we've been treating Arsenal recently. We own
What does this
Arsenal,
have to
right?
do with today's
No, I
game?
don't care. But I don't care. I'm gonna tell you. I'm
What
gonna
do you
tell
mean
you.
you don't care?
I don't
Look
care.
at the title.
No, I don't care. We own
Can you
you.
read the title?
No,
West Ham
No, we
3-1
owned
Chelsea.
you.
You
I already
don't care.
spoke about West Ham. It wasn't a good game. We already spoke about it.
يعني
So what
حكيت
we
10
did,
ثواني
we own
صدق
you.
حالك.
معلش
Yeah.
can I
We own.
say
No,
the
no, no,
fact?
1 second,
I'm
Mo.
sorry.
No,
I want to say
no.
the fact.
I
You
don't
give
want
wrong
you to say it.
facts.
No, I don't want your
Yeah,
facts.
that's
I
fine.
want your facts. I want to sit here.
You
Hassan.
want your facts.
Yeah, I want my
تفضل
facts,
يا
okay? Hassan, you can sit here and keep crying about Endo and then to a 19-year-old Lavia, okay? He rejected you with Caicedo. Oh, no one judged Chelsea for football reasoning when you won 1 league title in 30 years. Don't compare us. You and us are not the same club. Don't even put us on the same level because Lavia growing up, Caicedo growing up has seen you be irrelevant club. He's seen us be successful.
Rent free in Chelsea fans' heads.
I'm gonna need to make a new one and put Hassan's face now.
Stuff. Remember 2 weeks ago, you had the chat. Give me the link. Band saying, I want the link. Cook. Him dancing. Mu'min next to him dancing. Saying, I don't know, like about an Arabic wedding or something. You two are both in the mud, okay? Learn to not disrespect Chelsea.
Why are you being racist? Are you being racist because I'm Arab?
It's not racist. It's not racist.
It's being racist.
Look, Hussam, I want you to know something. Our club owns your club. The same way we done with Arsenal and we treat Arsenal. We bitch slapped you with this hand with Caicedo, and then we bitch slapped you with this hand.
West Ham just owned your club today. So can we
That's
talk about the
fine.
game?
We have 36 more games to play, no problem. But you will sit here and
زياد
continue.
انت جاي تحكي لي عن اخبار الاسبوع الماضي؟
I want
Okay, guys,
to tell you about you.
I'll step in.
Go on,
Because,
Safi.
clearly,
Because I'm not having this guy. He can't talk. Yeah, that was Hussam. This is Hussam now. Okay.
No, that's a lie. 'Cause my hair grew back.
Don't ever
I
try to come
I
here.
think I'm genuinely just addicted to this hat thing because my hair even grew back.
yeah, you have longer hair than me now, and you're still wearing.
Yeah, I don't even need to wear the hat to be honest. With you.
Don't. This is it.
Yo, big up Waves who said, hey, maybe Paqueta's worth 95 million. I can't lie. He
Hussam, you can keep going on football terrace talking rubbish about Chelsea. No one joins us for football reasons or whatnot. We made your club look like a small club because in reality you won 1 league title in 30 years and no one wants to join your club. Okay, you got rejected by 2 of the most wanted midfielders in the league. Okay, fact. You can continue playing your little memes, but I want you to know the fact. Okay,
I'll step in.
Hold
on.
I'm not, man. You don't escape as well. I don't know why Mu'min's hiding as well. You were celebrating as much as
we got them. Listen, Zia, this is the thing.
Your own fans ain't happy, by the way.
Why am I?
Your own fans ain't happy.
Just telling you,
Spent
hold
900
on.
million.
I don't care about my fans. Talk about me. I don't care about
900 million having Bursto as backup striker. Bursto.
Don't worry about Bursto.
بقول لك ايه number one the fact is Suchek leg did not land inside the 18 until Enzo Fernandez took the penalty, so he was not inside. Okay,
no, that's not true.
Body was leaning inside and he wasn't inside. Okay,
you can't go in the box.
You don't get, that's the law, Habibi. The law.
No, you got it
body
wrong.
was inside.
Zed, you're being
left,
shameless.
I am looking at it, right? His left foot was on the line and his right foot did not land inside the 18 until Enzo took the penalty. I did it in a really slow motion now, and you can go check it. You do whatever makes you sleep at night. This is exactly what.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Continue. I don't care. Continue.
Okay, you don't care, of course. My problem with
one game will
my problem that our like Chelsea fans say we are hated, we love it. The difference is Manchester City are hated because they win. Manchester United were hated because they win. You are hated because you spend money, but you still lose games. That's the problem.
So who's the most successful team in the last 20 years? So these players. No. 1 second. No, all these players were. Mu'min. All these players. No, I don't want.
People can't hear.
The players that we're going for now have seen us be the most successful team in the league. Not Liverpool, not Man United. You guys have been irrelevant to them.
Can I respond? It's not me.
So don't come with bullshit.
Roman ain't there. Mourinho ain't there.
It doesn't matter. Our trophies are there. No flexing trophies from World War I.
10 seconds.
I'm
Can I
not.
have 10 seconds?
I never
respond.
Malish, 10 seconds, I'll let you finish.
I respond to him about this, and I respond to him about one thing. The problem with Chelsea, you are the most successful club in the last 20 years, and I said that 100 times. You are never dominant. So these guys saw you sporadically win. The problem is fans are fans for clubs that are dominant. Like Man United. Why there's a lot of Man United fans? Because they were dominant. Why there are a lot of Man City fans now? They're dominant. Liverpool fans, because they went to 2 Champions League in 2005 and 2007. Right? Now, Liverpool were challenging City dominant. Your club wins, yes, but you were never, ever dominant. Hats off to you.
So we're not dominant. So we're not dominant, but we're still the most successful team. So why do I care if we're dominant or not? We're still the most successful
Actually,
team.
Man City just
I'm
overtook you.
responding to you about
We're the last
how-
20
The reason
years.
why
Responding to
dominance
you.
We're the last
matters.
20 years.
The reason why dominance matters, Man City just overtook you in trophies. That's why dominance.
That's
matters.
fine. That's fine. We
Can
still
I-
got more Champions
Can
League.
I
It's
just
fine.
respond to
And we're
Ziad?
still more dominant, and we still want it more in a longer
Yeah.
period.
See, that
We're
that's
good
so
of
bad,
football.
Ziad.
We're talking about
Why
20
is so
years.
rival, bro?
I'm
Wallahi,
gonna say,
yeah.
for the good of football, Chelsea's way of running the football club, which is the definition of incompetence, has to fail.
You're jealous.
Fact,
You're
fact,
jealous.
fact.
Yeah,
You're
can I
jealous.
just respond to
All of
Ziad?
you
Yeah,
are
okay.
jealous.
I am,
The
of
process.
course, I am
You're
jealous.
jealous.
Yes, of
Hello,
course.
hello,
Hassam is jealous because
Can
he's
I-
complaining about.
Yeah.
He wants his
Yeah.
owners out, Habibi.
Yeah,
The people behind me, their roof is leaking. You're all jealous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Habibi,
but
yeah.
So
what
let
do you
me,
say
can
F
I
me for?
respond
I
to,
said
can I
something.
respond to Ozzy?
I'm just sitting
I'm
here,
gonna
bro.
say one thing.
Habibi, I want Hassam to know. You guys
Yeah.
need to be humble. Humble,
Yeah.
Hassam.
Yeah, can I respond to you? Because
Humble?
Can I be
Hassam,
humble? Look at how you
yes,
started
you-
your own section.
No, because you be talking a lot of waffle about Chelsea. I need to realize yourself.
What do you mean a
You're
lot
not.
of waffle?
Stop flexing the trophies you got in 1925, whenever it was.
I never mentioned
Play-
the trophies.
play-
as
See,
part
but
of the
Anna, I
game.
don't talk
You're
about
talking
trophies.
about
I
recent
say
success.
I never mentioned.
who did you,
Sam
can
Pierce.
I ask you something, guys? Let me, Ziad, did you know the guy that you subbed on? Tell me his name. The guy you subbed on today. as a
Busto.
striker.
Yeah, he
Okay.
came.
Have
He
you
played
ever
the
heard-
preseason as well.
Okay, do you know how old is this guy?
No, he's young. He's like 20. 21.
Okay, where did you buy him from, and how many games
No,
did he
it
have?
was on. No, it was on loan at Charlton last season.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the definition of incompetence is to spend £1 billion, close to £1 billion, and when you need a
Amortization.
striker, you turn. Okay, it doesn't. It's not my point. Your squad value, exactly. I get what you're saying. This is business. Your squad value now is equal to £1 billion. That's how much you spent. Is that correct or wrong? Is that a correct fact or no?
Say that again. Sorry, what?
Yes,
You
it is
spent
correct.
over the past year close to £1 billion. So the squad value, buy-in value, is equal close to £1 billion. Is that a fact or no?
Yeah, it's a fact.
Okay. When you the definition of incompetence, and I spend all that money, and when I need a striker to help me in a game, I turn into a guy that all his first team experience is 26 games in League One. That's the definition of incompetence running a
No.
football club.
No,
Zid, but
That's
hold
my
on,
opinion.
Mo is not
because
wrong.
because that some of that a billion,
Seriously.
some of those billion is not the value of our current squad. 22, 23
No, he's
players.
talking about how much you spent,
Oh,
Zid.
What?
Hold on.
But
Guys,
that's not-
yeah, you're getting
No,
How is
that's
that
not-
even
Let me
possible?
Can
It's
I-
Can
not.
I interject?
It's not
Can I-
because
can
we
I-
sell
can I-
players to then sell for
One
profit.
second,
So it's wrong.
One second.
I agree with you, Ed, man.
Yeah,
We had
one
being
second,
hella
one second.
salty.
One
No,
second.
I'm just saying the
Hey,
same
man,
energy.
let someone else speak, guys.
جاي طلع لي عصبيته من الأسبوع الماضي.
Is this the Mu'min and Ziyad? Because I don't know if the title was Mu'min and Ziyad only. Because if it is, I'll leave
Let
you to
Ozzy
it.
talk. Let Ozzy
I'll
talk.
I'll leave you to it. First of all,
Actually,
Ziyad,
Ozzy, the title is West Ham 3-1 Chelsea. I don't know why he's mad.
I don't know why we've gone into this, but I won't take long, Hassan. Just give me 1 minute, really quickly. Ziyad, if I'm
I'll
a
go
Chelsea fan and I've listened to you now for the last 3-4 minutes, I'm embarrassed that you're a
That's good
Chelsea.
that's fine.
Let me just tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because the only thing you've offered in the stream so far is waffling. Your roof is leaking. Your this is leaking. Guys, give me
Yeah,
actual.
because
You,
I
one
give
second,
you
one
facts.
second, one second. The gods have come to you and they've given you 2 L's to land on Hassam's plate, and yet you're still talking as if you're the victim on the stream. He's the one that's come with more energy than you about the whole Caicedo thing, and he's lost Caicedo and he's lost Lavia. So it's mad. The third thing and the most important thing is I had to find a video that could respond to you in the way that I feel when I listen to you. So I've popped up and just listen to it. It's 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You and donkeys are the same. The donkey. Donkey, you take the whip, you hit him, and the donkey's like, that's the donkey. You're a donkey.
Halas?
That's
There you go.
Ziyad.
That's my take.
This Ozzy, this is what I'm trying to
iconic
Ozzy,
10
Ozzy,
seconds of YouTube.
this is Ozzy. This is what I'm trying to say to you, yeah? Or this is what I'm trying to say to you. In the last week, you've had that guy in the top left cry, and bitch. This guy's Hamad, that guy's Haywan, this guy is shit, FSG this. Cry for Caicedo, cry for Lavia. 19, 21-year-olds rejecting their apparently the best club in the league. They're so important and whatnot. Chelsea is irrelevant. They don't know how to run a club.
Ziyad, we are with you.
No, Staffy, 1 second. Incompetent. And he thinks he can ignore all that come here and completely not talk about it because of one game. It's not gonna happen.
Well, then cook him
It's
then.
not
Cook
gonna
him.
happen.
He's
Yeah,
there on the
there will
front.
be.
It's not going to
Let me
happen.
please answer.
We
It's
are
not
not
going
talking
to
about the
happen.
game.
Please,
See the
please, I
problem?
wanna-
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
I did
yes.
you. Actually, I didn't talk about the game.
Wallahi, it's so shameless.
But why are you quiet, Mu'min? You were going like this last time when Caicedo
I'm
put a bid in.
listening to your music, bro.
Yeah,
Can you?
when
Can you
Liverpool
stop?
put a bid in for
Listen,
Caicedo,
I don't have a lot of time. We're just asking questions. You
Guys,
think
please, I want to
but I
speak. now, I
don't
want to
I
speak.
don't have a lot of time. I'm gonna let you talk.
Yes,
Okay,
I
go
wanna
ahead.
speak
So I
now.
don't cut you
Ziad?
off. Just تفضل حبيبي تفضل.
Ziad, I just
Stop it
wanna,
before
like,
he
say
goes.
something.
Yeah, I've spoken about the Caicedo Lavia thing like 15 times.
not when I
already.
was here. You hid from me last
when
week.
Ziad, listen.
last
You hid
week
from me.
سؤال انت
زياد،
ليه
listen.
ليه زي فايت علينا زي الكلب وصرت هدي اعصابك؟ ريلاكس. اسمع, last week Staffy sent me in the private chat like 45 minutes into the show that Ziad wants to come on, so we were ending the Chelsea section anyway. I don't hide from anyone. I went on Matisse's channel, I spoke to Lewis, I got cooked to the fucking point of no return already, so whatever you say now isn't going to affect me. This episode of Ahwa, episode 12, we want to talk about West Ham Chelsea because it happened today, so we don't want to keep saying this whole
That's why I'm upset, Hossein, is
Yes.
because
this whole Lavia Caicedo thing. خلاص, man, I got
Yes.
cooked
Hold
first
on.
anyway.
Yes,
Hossein,
and
that's
I
what
will
I'm
step
upset
in.
about. One
I will
second. Hossein, that's what I'm upset about because he said he's going to come here and he's going to cook you. He's waited 2 weeks for this. You're still raw. As the great Gordon
No,
Ramsay
no,
said,
no.
it's
I
raw.
can't.
It's
I
raw.
can't.
Yeah,
I
Gamal, please,
can't.
please, let me
He's
speak.
kicking.
Let me
He's
speak.
Ozzy. He's dead.
Let Staffy go. Let
Oh,
Staffy
he's
go.
dead.
خلاص.
Yes,
let's
well,
stop.
wallahi, we are
Thank
rambling
you.
on, and if there's people in the chat right now that are getting annoyed that we're going in circles, I don't even blame them because we are going in circles and we're not leading anywhere. We need to talk about the game. Ziad, I just want to mention one thing. You have
Yeah.
100% right to cook Hussam. However, today, unfortunately, your team took an L. There is going to be a game where Caicedo is probably going to score a goal. He's going to do something world class. You guys are going to do something. And Liverpool might hold that L that day. And you could just remind him. You have all season to remind him that you took Caicedo off him. Just today was a wrong day to do it because it's a little bit shameless to do and just
That's
to
fine.
ignore everything that happened on the pitch. Okay? Considering that he gave away the penalty as well makes it a lot worse.
I mean, the game was
Now-
lost. So don't give me this rubbish.
No,
The game was
I
lost.
understand, but
Come
like
on,
it
man.
just, I am telling you, Liverpool fans were looking at that penalty and they were lurking because it just fell in their lap out
Because
of nowhere to
because
make
they're
fun of you
hurt.
guys.
Because they're still hurt.
No,
Staffy,
I
that's
agree,
why.
and you will have your revenge. Just do it at the right time. Now, all I want to say right now is that the reason you're being a little bit shameless, and I don't like that, is that you're just dismissing the game like it's nothing. Mo brought
I
up
know.
something very important. He said you guys spent 1 billion and it was incompetent because you're bringing on a 20-year-old striker today that played in Charlton. All that I get that. All that is fine. When I sat here and Ozzy sat here when we spoke about Ten Hag, wallahi, I always talk facts about everything. Come on, don't do that. What's it called? When Mo mentioned the 1 billion, I sat here and I talked about Ten Hag and I questioned where is the 400 million because we still have issues. When I am talking about the money spent and looking at the issues on the pitch, it doesn't make sense. Something is wrong. How can we spend that much? We're complaining about Anthony, but we spent this much about him. We're complaining about the midfield, but we spent this much about Mount. We're complaining about the striker option, and we signed a striker who's injured. So these are things that managers should be questioned by because they spent that amount of money, but the issue's still there. Now, when you look at Chelsea, for Mo to say that, it's because you have spent 1 billion, but there's no backup striker. This is something that needs to be addressed. I understand you went on and you got in the midfield. The midfield is now sorted. But when you look at the goalkeepers as well, that's something that Mo didn't mention. I don't rate Sanchez. Maybe you do rate Sanchez. But you have spent 1 billion and you don't have a good goalkeeper in goal. This guy is basically a stopgap until maybe next year you go out and you try to get Mike Maignan from AC Milan or whatever. So you have deficiencies in the striker position. You have deficiencies in the goalkeeper position. You don't score enough goals, and you just lost to West Ham. These are a lot of things that need to be answered. I didn't sit here and blame our loss on the penalty that wasn't given to. I still think that was a penalty when Romero handed the ball from Garnacho's shot. But I sat here and I called out my team for everything that they did wrong. I called out the manager for everything that they did wrong, regardless of that decision. You really want to sit here and say Souček ran in a little bit, even if Souček touched the ground when his foot stepped over the line, you know this has nothing to do with the goalkeeper forcing the save or not. You know, so this objectively, you're looking for loopholes like Todd Bowley does with the financials.
Yeah, but rules of football.
Yes, I get that. But Was it really Suchek? Was really Suchek the reason you conceded that goal? No, he wasn't. So we're not
No,
here
but-
to
but-
count you. We're not here to complain about refs. I want you. So anyways,
I'll
I just
tell
want
you.
you. I just want you to call out your team for
I'll
what
tell
they
you.
did wrong.
I'll tell you.
Because you have said, by the way, it was your
they
words that you said that
dominated.
Poch. He said Poch is the third best manager in this league. You said he's
Facts.
top 3. And today it
Facts.
didn't look like it. I'm not saying your season is done, but let's talk about that. That's all I'm asking for.
Okay,
Wait,
let me-
For the
if we're
sake of
talking
everyone
ball-
in the comments.
If we're talking ball and we're talking about today's game, Chelsea dominated the game in every aspect, right? And they completely should have won that game. So if we're talking about small margins. United get that penalty, that Tottenham game becomes different. They get any of their chance in the first half, that game becomes different. Chelsea take their chances in that game against West Ham. They completely murdered them in the London Stadium.
False
So
statement.
football-
False statements.
No, they do.
These are
They
false.
do.
What's false?
They do.
What's false?
I don't expect
I'll
it.
tell you what's
What's
false.
false about that.
I thought you don't want to talk about the
What-
game, Ziad.
Habibi, we can talk about the game, or I can sit here and cook you for Caicedo and Lavia. Which one do you want?
You can't cook shit.
I can cook you. I can sit
Yeah,
here
I'm
and play the
focus
music
on the
for
game.
20.
Stop back
Khalas.
rambling here.
Yeah, we're
I'm
here
good.
to talk about the game anyway.
Let's put to the game. Let me, Stuffy. Let me tell you something, because I've said this many times. It's either we can't keep comparing
No,
United.
I'm sorry.
Chelsea, and-
I'm sorry, Ziad. I can't let you talk. Ozzy, false statement. Why? Because West Ham had more shots on target than Chelsea. In the second half, Chelsea had
West Ham had 24% possession. Let's have some shame when you're talking about. Don't talk about their shots on target. They controlled the game for almost more than 2/3 of the game. Controlled possession, controlled the team.
Says the same guy who said that Spurs controlled the game, but we had chances and we should have won the game.
I didn't say that.
Mu'min, did you watch the game? Mu'min, did you watch the game? Mu'min,
لا يا
did you watch
شيخ
the
يا
game?
Ozzy, you said
didn't say
that if you scored your chances, you would have won the game against Spurs.
I said if we scored that goal from the chances that we dominated in the first half, then the game would have been different.
No. At
Goals
no
change
point, Ozzy,
games.
at no point. See, at no point of the game, you had more ball position than Spurs. At no point of the
Can
game.
I interject here? Can I interject?
Habibi, I didn't even talk.
Sorry. I just wanted to interject.
No,
real quick
I
and you
am
guys
just
can continue.
correcting
Most amazing.
something. I
There's
am
the
just
Chelsea
correcting
space
something.
right now titled "Potch Out." By the way, that's mad.
Yeah,
I just want to say one
In
thing.
the
There's
second,
a
Chelsea
Mo, can
overall
I say
had
something to you,
more.
Mo?
So, تفضل حبيبي.
I just want to say something to you. The way you define controlling the game is a little bit different than I think it should be. Controlling the ball and controlling the game are two different things. United controlled the game in the first half. They didn't control the ball. Controlling the game means every time you get the ball, you're a little bit more dangerous. You're more effective. We were getting to their goal a lot more than they got to our goal. Okay? So they could keep the ball, but most of their possession was actually in their half. But when we got the ball, we had 3-4 instances where we could say that, you know what, we should have scored that. That should be.
You addressed me.
Let him go.
You addressed Staffy. You addressed me instead of addressing Ozzy, who his response to my stat.
It could be the either one.
Hold on. That his response was West Ham had this amount of position, and you addressed
then Ozzy's
me
wrong. Then Ozzy's wrong. Then
And the response comes straight from Egypt right here to dunk on Ozzy's head top. But they aren't a possession team to begin with.
No,
so
one second.
Why are you using that?
One second.
This is the same Omar Rossi that comes and talks about Man United. Oh, they only have one style of football. They're not a position team, but they play so shit. So you know what a position team and what not a position.
By the way, that's not. You're talking about Omar
Rossi. You know it then. You're gonna come here and talk about it.
Habibi, they scored their first goal in the first 7 minutes.
No, I'm not talking about Omar. I'm talking about Omar Rossi, the one that comes on the halftime spaces.
طب اسالك سؤال يا سعيد يا زياد sorry I'm sorry.
1 second Ziad,
if West Ham scored in the first 7 minutes, what did you guys expect him to do?
Yeah, then wallahi, you're talking over each other a lot.
Mu'min, let me just say one thing. I just want to say this for Mu'min, because the gap between possession and chances created and shots on goal for the Chelsea and West Ham game is different to the United and Spurs game. The United and Spurs game possession is closer, but United have double the shots on goal that Tottenham did in the first half. So we did dominate that game in the first half. Chelsea and West Ham is different because Chelsea had 75% of the possession for the whole game, and they completely dominated and controlled the tempo. West Ham were only playing on the counter. They had no interest.
I never argued that. But you said that Chelsea should have won the game, and I'm saying that West Ham took their chances and scored them. Okay. But Chelsea didn't. That's
Well,
it.
put it this way. We
And
would be
I
talking
think
differently
that
about
the
the game.
chances
If
created,
West
I
Ham
think that
didn't
the
score the goal.
chances created were kind of equal.
You having a laugh?
If
طب
West
اقول لك
Ham,
طب let me
if
run you the
he is
stat.
having a laugh.
Ziad,
He's
let me
having a
give you the stat. Okay, so I'm not watching the game. You are Chelsea huffed and puffed, crosses huffed and puffed around the 18. Raheem Sterling driving through 50 guys and then crossing in the hands of Iraola. Raheem Sterling running through the whole defense. Modric running through the whole defense, crossing, goal kick. Jackson receiving the ball. Up, it's حسبي يا حاجة نشر الغسيل فوق. It's like the gut اللي فوق. Seriously. My point is, if you want to talk stats, your XG is 2.5. The XG is 1.8. That's including the penalty that you missed. Okay? That's including the penalty that you missed. So based on chances, you probably have the same XG. In the second half, where you were losing and you were chasing the game, your XG is 0.36. That's embarrassing for a team that has 75% position. I would start questioning the manager if my chances on the goal is 1 in 45 minutes when I have all this position, I'm chasing the
So
game.
are we going to take in
These are the
consideration?
facts.
Are we going to take in consideration they had 11 man behind the ball for the whole game?
Absolutely. So let me tell you
These
exactly.
are the
Absolutely.
facts.
I agree with you. I agree with you. So you admit that in a team that plays low block against Chelsea, you will struggle. I never came to the point
They
where
wouldn't
I
have
said,
played like that if they
listen,
didn't score in the first
look,
7 minutes.
if you watch me on Never a Foul, I said one thing. I said this horrible brand of football that David Moyes plays should get relegated. I was just responding to the fact that people say that because you have position, you should win. West Ham didn't create one chance. West Ham created 4 chances. 4 chances.
Yeah, on
They
the
scored
counter.
3 of them. Exactly. Which is some brand of football that work sometime. And against Chelsea, who are equipped with a $1 billion squad, you should defend, even at home, which is David Moyes. So they didn't do anything that is not expected. They went ahead 1-0 in the 7th minute. Are you asking West Ham 1-0 at home against Chelsea to try to attack and press Chelsea when they are 1-0 in the 7th minute? Are we insane here?
They can do what they want. I'm not talking. They can do what they want. But this, I know, obviously, this overreaction to Chelsea is fine. Let me tell you something. You're gonna keep going about $1 billion. In the next 2 weeks, you're gonna probably say 2 billion because we're not stopped spending. We're still gonna sign players, right? And you can keep going $1 billion and say we're bringing this Burstow guy off the bench. Maybe you just don't understand the rebuild. Maybe you haven't taken consideration. No, 1 second. You don't understand how big the rebuild actually is. Maybe that's your problem. And stuff you keep mentioning, Man United, Ten Hag, you 400 million and you don't see anything. You don't sell players. You go to a season.
I'm not talking about the transactions.
No. You said 400 million
incoming players.
Yeah,
I don't care about who we're selling.
But that makes sense. Okay, incoming. You're putting 400 million into a team that's already been playing together, that's already been established, that's finished third, whatnot, Carabao Cup, and you're putting 400 million into it. We are putting.
They are shit.
No. 1 second.
They are shit.
I know they're shit, but he gave an example, so I have to answer to it. Okay, we are putting money into a brand new team. Okay, it's a completely new team. So we can't sit here every week and comparing United and Chelsea. No one's here the same. We are on a big rebuild. All our other players are sold, and we're bringing in new players. And we're going to continue.
I'm not talking about how you do business. I'm not talking about how you do business. Yeah, I think Ziad, you're being too shameless, Ziad. Because
what's your point?
I'll give you a very simple example.
I have to go, guys. I have to go. I'm very, very late.
Go ahead. I know you have a game.
So I'm sorry. We've been going on 2 hours now, almost 2 hours. Sorry, I'm late, and I will try to be not late. But next week I won't have football because I won't be here. So yeah, I will be in different.
Did you win the game last week?
Say that again. Yeah, we did. It's just still. I'm just playing friendlies. The season hasn't. The season starts in mid-September. Yes. But it's a friendly game. It doesn't matter. We start the season in mid-September.
Mo was basically saying that he has a better style of play.
Big up Mu'min, man. Big up Mu'min.
I don't have any style of play, bro. I come here on the Ahwa to waffle. According to Ozzy, we all don't know any football.
No, I met with your team, not on Al Ahwa. I heard that you have a better style.
Mu'min, where can people find you before I go?
Never a foul, people. Just find me.
I would never.
I know. I respect your opinion, even though I disagree with them. But I respect that you have arguments, not waffle like somebody. Why are you looking at me like
Big
this?
up.
Stop with this shades, bro. Just take them off.
Yeah,
Next
facts.
next show
See
for
you,
you,
see you,
Habibi.
see you.
Next show.
See you
just for you,
later.
Habibi.
Anyway, listen, this show has gone absolutely wild. So let's just give Staffy the last word since he's been a bit.
Yeah, I just
quiet.
wanted to say
Give him
basically.
the last word on Chelsea. I don't even want to be next to the shameless guy. Put him downstairs next to Ozzy, the other shameless guy. Let Staffy land, and after Staffy, we wrap up, inshallah. Go
Can I
ahead,
respond to him, inshallah? Can I respond to
No,
him?
no, no,
I mean,
no, you can't.
because
can't
no,
respond.
it's just a response to what you said,
Carlo
and I'm
Nusab
probably not
Tayyip,
going to even ask you
Can
anything.
I respond to him?
I'm just gonna say that basically I get what you're saying. It's not comparing businesses at all, because if I compare Manchester United's business to Chelsea, it's me committing suicide on YouTube, because there's no comparison. We can't sell everything that you said is fine, but that wasn't my point. My point is, and I'll give you a very simple example. De Gea left our club for free. Arguably, if we would have sold him, we would have gotten decent money. Okay, but we sold him. Sorry, we let him go. He left for free. We got in a goalkeeper for 50 million, maybe 45. I forgot what it was between yours and let's say 50. We paid about 50 million for him, got in a goalkeeper. You can look at him and you're like, you know what? They definitely improved in that position. I'm looking at it, and am I really bothered that technically our net spend in the goalkeeper possession is negative 50 million? No, because I don't give a shit that we let the Gea leave for free. My point was to you is not about how about you do business in terms of selling. It's in terms of you're buying in players, but you're still missing some pieces. You're still missing a decent goalkeeper. You're still missing a striker. I think Jackson is good, but I don't think him on his own is enough for Chelsea, because he's not going to score a lot of goals. So maybe you would have had a different coverage for him. Two players that fill in for each other, like Haaland and what's his name, his backup, the Argentinian guy, Alvarez, something like that. You know what I mean? So it's not about how well you sold; it's about how well you bought to fill in their gaps. So it's not business related at all. It's more of being competent on the pitch. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. We and that's why we're still bringing in players. We will continue to bring in players. I think Sanchez is good.
100%. You need 500 million more to solve this mess.
No
I
problem.
agree.
Inshallah, another billion.
Anyway, big up everyone who's watching us. We're gonna run through the super chats before we wrap it up. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all liking the video and subscribing. Still over 1,000 people in here. Big up to Anthony, says Enzo 105 million to miss a penalty. Caicedo 150 million to give away a penalty. Mudrik 80 million to knock out a fan with a volley. Up the hammers. Anthony, of course, is an Arsenal fan. Big up to you, Anthony, man. And listen, that Mudrik thing, we couldn't speak about it because Ziad decided he wants to cry for half an hour. But
I didn't
Mudrik
cry.
is
You just didn't like my response.
Mudrik is a guy that definitely there needs to be conversations about because he has not performed well yet, and even Chelsea fans themselves will tell you that. Big up to you, Joe, who says Caicedo made such a difference for West Ham. That was probably up there with one of the worst debuts, but we will see. We will see going forward what he does, because it's not about just debuts. Big up to Dinshan, who says football is a humbler. Big up Hussam, we will be back. He's a Chelsea fan. We will see Dinshan. Luton are coming to Stamford Bridge. You can't beat Luton, then you're just done out here. Thank you so much for
one
the
game,
Dinshan,
man. Come on.
Big up to Murad, who says top 3 coach. Yep, that was referring to the previous thing we said about Pochettino, which is looking spooky right now. But we will see. We will see. Big up to Thamr, says, I swear, brother, he made me happy. I made a song today. We are happy they got Caicedo. We are happy they got Caicedo. Oh, all I need is Caicedo.
We're just having on the outro.
We're just having fun today. So yeah, that's the thing. Big up to you, Thamr. تحياتي لك. شكرا لدعمك للقناة. Big up to Murad, who says, my Moroccan defender is better than CFC's whole defender. Big up Naif Agar today, who had a very solid performance despite his sending off. And we're not just talking about the goal. Overall, he defended really well. Big up to Agard. Big up to Waves, who says, can someone buy Nicholas Jackson longer shorts? He's not that guy, pal. He's just not that guy, pal. So it's like, literally, he's just not that guy. So yeah, big up to you, Waves, man. Big up to you. Poch is a youth coach, not an elite trophy winner. Tom, the one question I had, all banter aside, going into the season was, are Chelsea fans going to give Poch time? Now, I know Ziad will, because Ziad, actually, to be fair to him, even though today he came on all the wrong energy, he backed Tuchel to the end. He backed many managers to the end. It wasn't about just getting managers out directly for him. But there are Chelsea fans who will turn directly. And he knows exactly the type I'm talking about. Big up to Chris, who says, be humble, says the guy wearing sunglasses inside. Chris, hey, it is what it is, man. The game's the game. Big up to Skip, who says, we win with 10 men. You lose against 10 men. Levels, facts. We beat Bournemouth at home. But not all teams can do that. So it is what it is. Big up to my guy, Red Chili, who says, Wagwan, Hussam, Man United 0, the other side 2, end of facts. That's what matters. And I kept the same energy for both West Ham, for both Chelsea and Man United. At the end of the day, it's about the result that matters. Because when we drew to Chelsea last week, I didn't come up here and say, oh my God, if we took our chances in the first 20 minutes, we would have been 4-0 up. Yeah, but we didn't. So at the end of the day,
it's a show that we're supposed to talk on. What does he want me to say? Staffy, what do you think about the game? We lost 2-0. End of.
I don't know what you to say, but
the super chat made no sense. You spent money to let me know the result.
Also, listen, Hassam, it's not my fault. I would rather sit here and troll you about how we own your club instead of talking to me losing about West Ham. It's not.
Big up to Denishan, says Poch got it wrong. I hope he learns from it. He's a Chelsea fan as well, so you can't. عشان ما تظل تصيح زيادة عرفت بشجع نفس نادي.
I didn't say Poch got it. I said Poch got it wrong.
Yeah, fair. So you made one valid statement in the whole half an hour.
That's all I cared about.
Big up to Red Chili, who says it's like an argument in the playground. Hey, Ahwa brings you back to the days of the coffee shops, man. This is the best thing about this show. Big up to you, Red Chili.
Although my local Ahwa is more organized than today's show.
Big up to Josh. I don't know how that's pronounced. Can you help us pronounce that name, Staffy?
The last name.
How do you pronounce this name?
I don't know.
Civez? I don't know, bro.
Aren't you from New York?
Bro, does that look like a name that goes around in New York? I'm not Puerto Rican or whatever that is.
Jozowi?
It's Jose, and I don't know what's the last name.
Was it Jozowi? I don't know.
No, he was just talking about the last name.
Maybe he wanted to spell his name Jose, but he mistyped it and put a U in the middle.
I'm sure he
Josu, apparently.
Josu. Okay, Josu.
Josu. I think that is. Hassam, was the handball a penalty kick for United corruption? No, it wasn't a penalty. Because that's the rule they're going with this year. If it was based on my opinion, if it was based on listed last week, we had the same penalty against Chelsea. So to make
his hands was like this. Wait, he's jumping. He's jumping. Where is he supposed to put his hands when he's jumping? Like this?
He made him so big to
Chavez. Okay, Josue Chavez. I mean, listen, you already know your club is corrupt, but it's okay. Just own it, Josue.
I told you it would even.
What a name, by the way, Josue. What a name! Unbelievable name right there. Big up to you. And listen,
it's definitely Puerto Rican.
You know, in football, what comes around goes around. And this is the thing with Manchester United.
It's not a penalty then. Honestly, heart
they're
and hand.
Gonna have.
I don't think so.
Thank you so much, Ozzy, for your contribution. They're gonna have to hold that still. It is what it is. Big up to Red Chili. He says, "I love you all, Red Chili. We love you too, my brother. We love you too. Big up to you, and we love everyone in this comment section. Thank you guys so much. There's still 1,000 people, even when we're wrapping up. Make sure before you leave us, you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. I might do an Arsenal watch along tomorrow. I don't know. Inshallah, whatever happens. But we'll probably have a Liverpool show planned for you guys as well before we head back to episode 3 of the A-listers this Tuesday, inshallah. So big up to you guys, man. Slap that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. It's a Spanish, French, and Brazilian name. Bloody hell! It only takes 2 people, bro. Staffy, where can people find you, Habibi? Go on, plug yourself. Go on.
Well, first of all, thank you for the show. It was chaotic. It was one of you need to stop that American accent because it's shit. But thank you for having me. It's very chaotic, Ziad. I expected better than you, but you know what? Sometimes I
had to run my agendas, bro.
Sometimes we have our days off, and you know it's okay. We're gonna consider this one of yours. But listen, you guys can always find me on Al Ahwa, obviously every Sunday. You'll find me Tuesday here on the A-listers, where Hamza's definitely gonna roast me. No matter what I say, he's still gonna roast me. And you can find me on my channel. I'm up. He's gonna be so quiet. He's gonna 400 million, Hussam. No style of play. So I'm gonna get roasted on Tuesday, and you can find me on my channel. I'm up and running, and I'm posting almost every day. I'm trying to post almost every day on Staffy TV. It's Staffy_TV for people who don't know. That's how you can find me on YouTube. So please, everyone who's here, Total Eclipse. This guy in the comments is always bigging me up. So if you're gonna big me up, go sub to my channel as well. I just reached 300 subs. The road to 1K hasn't ended yet, so go show. Oh
my God! Congratulations, well done, bro. Big up to you, man.
مبروك. You don't need to sound like that.
مبروك ألف مبروك. زي ما ضربت لي قدام خليني ساكت.
والله عرس.
اهدى لا تحكي شيء. Ozzy, where can people find you?
exclusively only on Al Ahwa, which is a better show than the A-listers.
Hey.
Let's just go.
Wait,
But
wait.
oh no, it's not just
Not
exclusively. I'm
exclusive
also
anymore.
my bad. That's changed recently. You can also find me at halftime shows with Staffy for United shows because I'm always so looking for positivity. Big up Hosam. I'll make an appearance in some of your halftime shows, but for now, I'm with my boy Staffy, and make sure you sub to Staffy. He does a great job as usual. But credit to Hosam. Congratulations on 20K. Massive achievement. There's not many people on YouTube that have the same consistency and the quality of content that you have. So as a brother, I'm very, very proud of you. And yeah, onwards and upwards for you. But yeah, big up to the chat. W's in the chat for Hosam for 20K. And we'll see you next week as usual.
Big up to you, Habibi. Big up to you. Typed in Staffy TV and it was all dogs. Big up to you, man.
No, it actually is. When you put Staffy TV, there is a channel that's all dogs. That's what I'm saying. It's Staffy
I saw it as well.
TV.
I was confused. I was
Underscore
like,
Habibi. Wallahi,
Yeah,
Staffy underscore. Look in it. Do you not see this? Underscore.
or just click this, fam.
Yeah, I just sent the link, guys. Come on.
Yeah, just like literally just click it. Ziad, where can people find you?
Thank you, Hassan, for coming on, having me on, man. I had to get my point across in the Casado Lavia, man. It had to be done. I didn't care about no West Ham game. I had to make sure you felt my pain. But listen, big up, guys. This is my Twitter there. But as Ozzy was saying, subscribe to Hussam. I have your back, man. Don't let anyone talk shit to you about around me, man. I got you, bro. Subscribe to Staffy. You know, he's gonna be big as well. But yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, and yeah, man. Big up. Subscribe and like the video.
Now, before Ziad ruins the outro, let me do this. Get your hammer out, stuff.
Wait, I can play because last time your phone rolled. Hold on.
Yeah, your phone's really good.
I'll play it. Hold on.
He's got the moment. He's got the moment.
We boys Casado, we boys Casado, we boys
End the
Love,
stream.
love, Habibis.
End of the stream.
Peace out. Peace out.